gotta take a shit. Gotta take a shit. Amorous, gotta take a shit. Damn it! Come on! I'm just trying to take a shit. I gotta get home. Up, I dropped my Skittles. Damn it! Trying to get home. Trying to get home. Cops coming after me, motherfucker. Ooh, there's a bird.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. What's happening tonight? Welcome back to Late Night Delight. I will be your host, the guy, M.F.S. Let me switch to the chat. Greetings and salutations, one man show. Welcome back, buddy. How's your week been so far? Hey, Arlene, how you doing, sweetheart? Welcome back, everyone's favorite flower lady. If I ever start live streaming, I know one person who isn't going to be my role model. Ooh, there's a lot of not good role models out there. Saying that you want to be on time? If I say I'm going to be somewhere on time, as at that time, if not a bit earlier. You can't start a stream early, though. Doesn't make sense. Starting a stream later a little bit makes a little more sense because people, they're slow to arrive. Again with the flappy lips and no sound. What? There's sound. I see sound. Everything looks fine. You hear me okay? Yeah, I got sound. Fuck you, one man show. I got sound. Did you guys hear what's his name? Elmo? Primary problem is having nothing worth talking about. Plus, I'm an ogre. That's not the gas, right? No, I turned off the gas. All right. Plus, I'm an ogre. We are known for our charisma and good looks. Nowadays, with so much sensationalism about, it seems like everything is mundane and not worth talking about. I know, right? So many things are so crazy. Ogres have the right idea. Keep everyone away. I guess saturation by sensationalism would have that effect. Hey, Eve, how you doing? I hope you're all great, she says. I hope you're great too. How was your day? Ugh. Need to sneeze. Trying not to, though. It's my fault. I took my headphones off to answer the phone. Yeah, he was. He's because he couldn't hear anything. He had his headphones off. That was funny though. But uh, one man show trying to watch YouTube.
I said what in the butt. I said what in the butt. I said what in the butt. I said what in the butt.
Thanks, Butters. Just waiting on Jesus. Jesus is always around, isn't that his thing? Like, yo, just say my name. Just think my name. Think my name and say my name. I'm there double time. What's going on? So I didn't really have much of a plan. I still got articles I could read. I've still got stuff. I got stuff on Instagram I haven't organized or pulled up for you guys, I think, since last week. So but yeah, I thought I'd just start it up and see where things go. Catherine has given me an earful because tonight's low is going to be sub-freezing. Ah, that sucks. Why is she giving you an earful? Is your place really cold or is hers? Shit, I had something. Oh yeah. So this FTX story, have you guys been watching this? This is glorious. It's like all the little things that have been happening throughout the year. This one just blows them all up. Because now the whole Ukraine-Russia thing is in a whole new light. Oops. Is in a whole new light because of this. Now we're seeing how people were laundering money, using the war, etc., etc. FTX was a whole scam from the jump. From the jump.
I remember my phone. What are you doing? Amateur hour over here.
Well, like I usually don't get messages, but like some people send me messages while I'm doing. Once I'm live, they go, "I'm gonna send him a message right now," because I know he's live. Let me see. Okay, I'm waiting on Jesus to say load up. She's toasty. Catherine is giving me. Oh, okay, so you're the one that's cold. Is the heating in your apartment subpar? Blanket up, bro. Stack those blankets. Turn on the heater. Do a thing. I don't know, like cock. Stick some cock in your windows. You know. It is already down to 32 on my porch. Our temperatures are much colder than in past years for this area. Apartment. I said windows. I don't know. I meant house. Yeah, you're right. You're in a house. Whatever. If I said apartment, my bad. But yeah, board the place up. Make a blanket fort for yourself. Gay. Yeah, make a blanket fort. Here's another thing, too, that a lot of people forget to do.
72%? What the hell? You running a channel or a car wash? Why everybody leaving?
Of course, I have a perfect organic opportunity to play that one, like when it's all you guys who actually I only see 3 of you in the chat, but I know there's more of you here. So hello to the lurkers out there. What does the old man think about putting cock in windows? Oh, wrong one. There we go. That's better. I love a good cock joke. That's what I think. No, but seriously, poorly insulated windows are a major cause of your heating bill being through the roof and it being colder than shit. So, clean up your act. You know what I'm saying? Save yourself some money. Raise that temperature in your house. Stay warm. The cold still kills. Hey, Adega. Great to see you, man. So Adega's out there lurking. David Frank sending some love. How's it going, David Frank? Dega, I was just talking recently. Someone brought you up. I was talking about how I haven't hung out with you in like forever. I need to hit you up once things cool down, calm down for me over here. Hey, Stunt. Big hugs for Stunt Brat. How you doing, Senorita? My heating bill is 0 blankets. Hello, beloved chat. Well, good, man. Good. I mean, like, I'm sure you still have a gas bill, right? Because you cook and stuff. Why is my comment hidden? Oh, that just happens sometimes. I think I see it. I don't know. I guess I don't. Thank you, Stunt. It's my fault. It's not your fault, man. I've had a crazy year. And I haven't really been going out on many streams, and like I haven't been doing stuff with other people. So my plan is right now I'm gonna stay the course of what I'm doing through to the end of the year, and then next year I am changing shit up. I'm changing up what I'm doing with my channel, how I'm doing things, etc., etc. Maybe even before next year. I don't know. Before next year, though, I feel like I'm going to be preoccupied with another project. So that's going to pretty much keep me busy, I think, for the rest of the year. But I can at least get a head start on some of the stuff I want to do with my channel. I just need to wrap some stuff up. I see you're coming, Arlene. Kai, my house is all electric. Oh, nice. Look at freaking Tennessee Tesla over here. Kai just skipped over it. Skipped over it. I did not. I click on all the buttons. Arlene, hey, girlfriend. Hey, everybody. Busy looking for a LDR substitute, a solid state relay or something. It's electronics. Sorry. LDR substitute. I'm not sure what that is. Solid state relay or something. Oh, that's what you're up to. By the way, how's it going, Elroy Shredding? Good to see you, man. Well, good luck, man. I see I'm all caught up now. I get what's going on. How's it going, Elroy? My boy Elroy. The night lows, one man show says the light lows are going to be in the mid/low 20s for the next week. Damn. Yeah, it's been even here in Vegas, it's been pretty chilly. Like I went out there without my shirt on. I was like, this was a mistake. This is fucking cold. But yeah, it was close to freezing at that point. So that's nuts. It was so hot just a few weeks ago, and now it's like it went from smoldering to nothing. The night lows. I already read that. Well, hit me up if I can help in some way. I was just saying to hang out and whatnot. You know, is like in terms of all the writers around here, you know, we've all been pretty busy. I haven't got to hang out with anyone in a while. Do. My house is cold, so I'm fixing to bake some cornbread. Nice. Good idea. Cornbread is yummy. Great way to warm up your house, too. 55 right now in Los Angeles. She's all, you're welcome to stay at my house. Why, is your house cold? One man show? Is your house cold? Of course, you're welcome to stay over here. Yeah. We know her games. We are not accustomed to temperatures this low in November. We don't usually get this cold until late January. Oh, really? I'm accustomed to things getting kind of cold around October. I remember because when I would go to parties and do Halloween, the more naked the costume, the better. So the unfortunate side of that is if it's cold, you got to take that into consideration. But I'm high energy and I'm drinking, so usually I'm keeping myself warm. I don't feel the cold really. People are sitting there in their costumes all bundled up, and they're like, how are you not cold? You're in your underwear. I had on tie-dye shorts and t-shirt here today. Don't hate me. How about 30? Yeah, I remember what it's like living in California. That's how it is like all the time. It's about, well, it was nighttime though when it got that cold. Like I didn't really step outside during the day. But right now, pretty chilly out. About 35-ish indoors, 29 outside. 35-ish indoors. Bro, I hope you have some blankets on. Just in terms of like keeping your body warm. I think everyone's trying to save on the heating bill no matter what. Use electric or gas, everything's up in price. Yeah, true. 8 inches of snow and cold outside. Damn, 8 inches of snow, David Frank? That's nuts. Eve, I should be the nocturnal baker. Oh, that's what I did. I just got done baking some brownies. Actually, I'm gonna go check on those. I'm gonna check on them brownies. I didn't make them for townies. Hold on. I'm gonna play. There we go. I'm gonna find out because I mixed up the recipe a little bit. I had some bananas and whatnot. They need a little more time, so I put them back in, etc. We'll go check on them. Let's see how I did. Okay, so I think they could probably use a little bit more time. Baby, you want to try a bite? Let me know what you think. I could probably use a little more time. Or I went a little heavy on the banana. Or both, possibly. Banana's heavy?
Yeah, chocolate bread.
Right? It's not, is the brownie part of it's gone. It's like chocolate banana bread. Mm-hmm. Yeah. One banana I think would have been enough. I used 3. Yeah. Okay, well. My sketchbook. I'm sorry if that was in the way. You want to hand it over here? Oh, it goes over here.
Rapid jerky movement.
All right, so just so you know, 1 second, y'all. My sketchbook goes over here somewhere. It's in this thing.
Never be put away anywhere.
Fair, yeah. Actually, I need to get a new one. Actually, no, I have a blank somewhere. I have a blank sketchbook I need to grab. Because this one's almost full. Ooh, it's so exciting when you finally fill up a sketchbook. Oh, it feels so good. I don't know how long. Well, does any other artists out there? And if there is, how long does it take you to fill up a sketchbook? Are they happy brownies? They're regular brownies. I had some bananas that were going to go bad. So I was like, I'll throw them in. I'll make some brownies and throw them in there. Right? It's pretty much banana bread. But it's chocolatey. Definitely the brownies I made last time were more brownie like. Still good though. Waiting on that day. What day? What day are you talking about, Stunt? From being in the wheelchair almost 20 years, my circulation isn't great. I get cold really easily. Oh, I'm sorry, Arlene. Definitely blankets for you then. I used to live in much colder places. I wouldn't call current conditions comfortable, but it is manageable. December might be a different story, but that's a problem for later. Well, what do you need, man? What's your heating situation, one man show? Do you not use central heating for like to save on the unnecessary expense? Do you have blankets? Do you have enough cats that you can just kind of pile them all on you and just put your arms over them and like just sleep with a cat blanket? That'd be dope. Eve says, keep telling myself, patiently waiting, always on the tidy. Arlene, God bless you, girl. I was in a wheelchair for a while after breaking both ankles on a stunt. So much more appreciation for disabled peeps after that. Yeah, but oh wait, never mind. You have grandkids too, I think. I was gonna say it's easier when you got kids. Like, hey, go get that for me. Hey, kiddo, go grab that for grandma, will you? Freeze them and make milkshakes, says One Man Show. That's not a bad idea. I could freeze a few. Oh, you mean the bananas? Sorry. Yes, you're right, Heidi. I should make next time.
Right.
Next time we just throw them in the freezer.
You're just like in the sonic blast in your head.
Depends on life. If I'm going through some crap, Arlene says, I can fill a sketchbook in a month, but if things are going smooth, it takes a few months. Mine usually take a while. Because I haven't spent as much of my time straight drawing and sketching and putting down designs in my sketchbook. Also, for certain things, I will leave my sketchbook and just get a stack of paper and put it all on there. And so then I'll have like a stack of paper that's dedicated to a project that I'll pull out, in the future. What's it called? And sometimes I just haven't been like drawing at all. It's all my sketchbook is there as a tool, like when I need it. I don't really go to it to like I used to. Yeah. Kai, Jesus is coming back sooner than later, bro. Love you. Oh, I thought you meant. Oh, okay. You mean Jesus, Big J, Yeshua. Oh yeah. Hey, I had a thought about his flaming sword. They said he's coming with a flaming sword. Jordan Peterson was talking about the Bible and the things we can learn from it, from a secular perspective. And one of them is like how the sword is symbolic for cutting away what is imperfect and stuff. And God put at the gates of Eden a couple angels with flaming swords. And so that's what he equated it to, is that sword would cut away everything that wasn't perfect on you before you were allowed back into the Garden of Eden. And so like Jesus is supposed to come back with a flaming sword, right? But if the sword is symbolic, what is that sword? What is that thing that cuts away the imperfect? That is a weapon.
The fires of purification.
Yeah, the fires of purification. But I'm saying I'm trying to abstract that into what physically that could take form as, because it's a fire that'll cleanse all of us of essentially the ways that we think that lead us down bad paths, right? That lead us down, excuse me, moral gray places and stuff like that. And so that could be a lot of things. It could be events. It could be, people say the pen is mightier than the sword. What if it's a pen? What if it's a news article that wakes everyone up, or a story or something like that? What if it's Jesus with an actual sword coming down from the sky going, all right, motherfuckers, you had your chance. So I was trying to think of and anything besides that last one there, like other kinds of ways that this could manifest in the physical world. Yeah. But I like when Jordan Peterson talks about Bible stories and whatnot. I pray for his perspective is always so different than what you usually get from studied religious people. My heat pump doesn't work and is too costly to fix. I have 2 cats and they're in the room with me, napping on a folded bath towel. Okay. Heat pump doesn't work. Heat pump. Not exactly sure what kind of machinery technology you are talking about there, One Man Show. Guy, my kid was not with me at the time, but the prod co paid for a home nurse. Oh, that's nice. And when she answered the door, did she say, no, Mrs. Superman not home? I slice and freeze bananas and throw them in my protein smoothies. There is an Indian dessert. There's an Indian dessert with fried bananas, brown sugar, I think honey. It's really good. That's funny. That sounds pretty good, actually. That sounds really good. That's funny. I'm wearing 3 blankets and 2 cats. My boys were the TV remote. That was the 90s, though. Yeah, I remember the days. Better to sketch it out than to get arrested for assault. Kai, why aren't you wearing your cat? Oh, I got my kitty right here. Hold on. Wait, let me get. Let me get to throw a little something on here for you guys while I
Now let me hear you roar like a tiger dillo. That sounded pathetic. I said roar.
There we go. I got my kitty. Woohoo! There you go, Eve. Got my kitty back. Arlene, Johnny and Friends channel has helped me deal with chronic pain. Kai, I'm not a fan of Jordan P. Yikes. Oh, really? Why not? Do you believe all the things that they say about him when he says things? I like that one clip of they showed the tiny little audio clip of him talking that Meghan Markle was like, oh my god, so many women, these hurting women, da, 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 da. But then they played the entire clip and it was so nuanced and respectful of both sides and all that shit. Kai, this time when Jesus comes back, it's gonna be wrath. Just saying. But there is still time to believe in his incredible sacrifice. You could think of a heat pump as the core unit of central heat, but it is outdoors. Oh, okay. The sword is the sword is the sword of the spirit, which is God. It is a sword. We are supposed to be learning how to wield a weapon. We will use the metaphorical sword in the last days. Arlene, no, not those peeps. Yikes. Johnny Erickson Tada. She has been in a wheelchair since a driving accident in the 70s. Lols. Stunt Brad. Oh, okay. Are they on YouTube? Hey, Courtney, how you doing? Bienvenidos al show, señorita. My heartburn earlier felt like that bus looks. Oh, I'm so sorry. That sounds terrible. Arlene, yes, she has short vids daily. Daily, damn, that's so much. I'm watching on TV. Got to get up early. All right, well, much love, Courtney. Thank you for hanging out. I hope you sleep tight. We put you to bed with sweet dreams. The sword is the truth. Hmm. Hi, Courtney, says Stunt Brat. The sword is the truth. Truth cuts through the jank. Truth sword. Oh, and let me see. Let me see what came in earlier. That's not real, but it's funny. Okay, all right. I guess let's see this one. Yeah, so that's the message that came in earlier. This one's funny too. If the world ends in 2050, there won't be a 42069. Climate change stops. uh that's great. Let me see. Courtney, get some love in the chat. You are off the painkillers, right? Sigh. Kisses Courtney, says Eve. Love you, Mike Kai. Mwah. Mwah. Night night, Courtney. Courtney's Fellowship of Oddballs. That is why we need to pray for the full armor of God. Well, but if if the sword is spirit and you got the spirit, then you don't need no armor, right? Oh, I saw her years ago. She was interviewed by Marcus, and I liked her. What? Who are we talking about? I'm talking to Stunt Brat here. Stunt Brat. What does Stunt Brat say? Oh, you're talking about the YouTube channel. Okay, gotcha. Okay, let me rewind my my Instagram saves here a little bit because oh, there we go. On mute. I'm just gonna scroll through some stuff here, see what we're bringing up. So how has everyone's week been? It's Thursday for most of yous. So for me it's just Wednesday. Oh wait. Oh yeah, we still got 20 minutes. We still got 20 minutes until tomorrow for me. Missing context. Fuck off, Instagram. Piece of shit. Let me see what else we got. No, these aren't funny. That works. I'm good with that. Arlene, check out our channel, Johnny Erickson Tada. She rocks. Wheelchair bound for decades. Paints amazing art with her teeth. What? Why does she need to paint with her teeth? If she's wheelchair bound, that means the legs are an issue. But the arms too? Is she a paraplegic? Or is she a single pelagic? Huh? Sorry, I couldn't help myself with that one. Thanksgiving's gonna be the rough day. Used to making a traditional turkey dinner. That would be kind of pointless now. Who are you used to making it for? Like who do you hang out with on Thanksgiving? Is it normally uh uh name is not coming to me right now. Do you normally spend it with her? I subbed and marked one to watch later. Kai, she is paralyzed from the neck down. Damn. Damn. From the neck down. That sucks. That's rough. That one's dirty. I don't know if I should share that one. I'm gonna bring it on as a maybe. What's the one before it? Okay. Elmo. Yeah, what in the freaking hell? Oh my god, from the neck down. That's freaking terrible. What's this one? Oh yeah, this one's cool. This one's mega cool. All right, hold on. Let me see where I'm at right now. There he is. It was normally the family thing. Oh, it was normally oh, that was the one thing you did with family? Oh, I see. Well, is there anyone else in your area like you and oh, what's her name? Not Elizabeth. Freaking any what?
Catherine?
Catherine? Yeah, I think Catherine. Yeah, yeah. Is it maybe you and Catherine and can get some other people together, like a little, at least 4 or 5 people that don't have other things. Yeah, friendsgiving is a thing that some people do. We used to do that actually, because we had a bunch of friends that lived together. So we would do a friendsgiving and everyone would potluck it. And we ended up everyone could cook a few things really well. So like we ended up with a bomb ass Thanksgiving dinner. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, that story. What the fuck even was that? All right. I think I'm gonna end on that one. Maybe. I could always come back for more. And I left off down here. Perfect. Sound F11. John Erickson was an athletic Christian young girl, dived into a shallow spot at age 17. Joni Erickson. Oh, that sucks. That fucking sucks. I do not cook holiday meals anymore, just me here, but I usually cook one special treat for myself. Where are you located, Arlene? Where in the country? She wrote a book which I read as a teenager. She is still doing ministry, bringing wheelchairs to kids all over the world. She lives here in the VLY. VLY. Stuntbrat, if I remember right, you live in Santa Barbara. Valley. She lives in the Valley. Got you. Oh, so she's in Santa Barbara. That's pretty cool. Mario Fernandez. Buen día, Fernando. Oh, buen día, Mario Fernandez. Gracias por estar aquí con nosotros. Ahoy, ahoy. Joni got married years ago to Ken Tada. They are adorable. Oh, that's why she has a dash Tada. Okay, that's funny and not achievable. I don't know. What if Arlene, I don't like most people enough to holiday with strangers. What if Arlene wants to join you guys? She's like, oh, hey, I'm in the next state over. I'll drive over there. After the rumor mill did its thing, I'm pretty much the only friend she has left, if I still consider myself to be that. Kai, look up to read. Kai, look up to read to me, please. Emphasis. Sorry, hold on. You want me to look up? I'm like, I got something in my eye right now. That's not emphasis. M.F.S. Ephesians. Okay, Kai, look up and read to me, please. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10:18, King James Bible. The old man can read it to me. Oh, look up. Look up. I thought you meant look up, like look at the camera. All right, what are you asking for here? Why? Ephesians chapter 6, verses 10 to 18. King James Bible. Fuck off. Oh, I'm sorry. Do you need me to turn off my... Are you requiring me to turn off my ad blocker? Christianity.com. Is the knowledge that you have here not for everyone? Unless they pay. Got sweet ad revenue. All right. Christianity.com. You fucks. Bible Gateway. Free. Christianity.com. How appropriate that the one with the... Yeah, fucking Christianity. Of course, that's the one that does that. That's the one. The .com that claims all .coms. We are just Christianity.com. Not Christianity lives, not Christianity for, the meek, not Christianity for Jesus. Straight up Christianity.com. That's a big pocket going in there and buying that domain. SE Southeast Tennessee. Oh, hey, Arlene, maybe you're actually pretty close to One Man Show. I think that's One Man Show is pretty near there. Hola, mis pendejos bonitos. Hola, papacaten. Bienvenidos, amigo. I need coffee. Be right back. All right. Kai, you made me laugh. Yay. I nailed it. What topics should I cover tomorrow? I have some funny topics, but not main topics. Bro, I don't know. You think I've been paying attention to the news? I sent a couple articles earlier this week. I don't know, bro. I got shit to do. I've been busy. I've been pulling all-nighters and shit, man. There's always this FTX story. Have you heard about it? Yo, Justin. So this guy starts up. All right, hold on. Wait. For anyone that's unfamiliar, I'm going to go over the whole thing right now. Hey, the Sentinel, how's it going? Welcome back. Good to see you. Even Christians need to eat. That's right, Justin, and everyone that's tuned in. This is what happened with the FTX thing. All right. So early this year, this lady who is a big donor to the Democratic Party, her son became like a he became like a billionaire like overnight, or a multimillionaire, whatever. He created a coin that got really popular because that lady is she's a fundraiser for the Democratic Party. She raises funds and donates and etc. And so her son's crypto coin got a lot of support from people in government. And then when this whole Ukraine war started, there was all kinds of money being pumped into it through crypto. There was like a lot of crypto, a lot of specifically FTX going through there, which is the crypto that kid made. And there was a lot going through the funnel through there. A lot of politicians are washing their money through that, through the war effort stuff. And then some guy, some random like bigwig in Asia, like not a bigwig, but like a big crypto dude in Asia was like, I don't trust this company. I don't believe that they're solvent. Pulling my money out. He pulled out all his money. And then everyone else went, huh, why doesn't that guy, you know what? I want to do that too. Yeah, I'm out. And so then there was a run. So everyone tried to cash out. And sure enough, they didn't have, it was all bullshit. It was all bullshit. It was smoke and mirrors. And now they're throwing him under the bus, but they're taking their sweet time arresting him. They're making an announcement. Oh, we're gonna extradite him. Like, bro, get the fuck out. Get out of there. Get out. But yeah, this FTX thing, dude, huge. You should look into it. Even Christians need to eat. Bible Gateway. Oh yeah, I was gonna read the Bible thing. That bread just won't appear by itself. Thanksgiving is nice with family out of the States, but it being on a Thursday, the Spanish don't like our holiday food much, I find. Thanksgiving is nice with family out of the States, but it being on a Thursday, the Spanish don't like our holiday food much, I find. Lasagna instead of a bird this year. Spanish don't like our holiday food. Oh, so the Spanish don't like the Thanksgiving. Oh, really? Lasagna? What the fuck, lasagna, bro? You can make lasagna for Thanksgiving. Just add it to the stack. No bird, like no turkey. Maybe there's a turkey thing you can make that they would like. You gotta stuffing. Maybe you could change up how you make the dishes, make them a little more Spanish in style. Oh, over here in Spain, they use this instead of that. Maybe I could cook stuffing with that instead. You know, there's some like change it up a little bit. Yeah, like try and adapt it. It's do the fusion dance. If it were stereotypical, it would have been the Jews. Just saying. That story is on every platform. Which story? I don't remember what story I was talking. Oh, the FTX thing. Well, it's an option. Justin asked for options. I threw one out there. And also, there's a big attempt to minimize the story, and that's why it's on every platform, because it's big fucking news, and the mainstream media is not. They're not really, giving it due attention. People should be like, like in cartoons when there's a fire and someone rings the fire alarm, and then the whole audio has just the Woo! Going the whole time, and the animated characters are panicking and running into each other, trying to put on their helmets and slide down the slide, and they're getting stuck and like that's what should be happening. Instead, it looks like this FTX thing is pretty bad. We're considering extraditing him. You know what I'm saying? Or a guilty or a girdle, for fuck's sake. It was a Ponzi scheme. Digital money is stupid and careless. Good morning, Tina Bojan. Or Bohan, depending on your accent. Hail, Darius Munchausen. How you doing, man? Baby, what are you making over there? Ooh, okay. Yes, please. Yeah, the same ones that you're gonna. There's 3 of the ones you're gonna warm up, right? I'll take one of those.
The last week long,
What?
I brought you 2 of 3 drinks.
You brought me Hold on. Wait. Hold on, y'all. Tamales are on the line here. Give me 2 seconds.
Category is people who annoy you.
Niggers! Huh? Oh, naggers, of course. Naggers. Right.
Can we cut to,
All right. Yeah, we got it figured out. So, where was I? If you're putting in the work to cook, you can make whatever you want for Thanksgiving. True. Yeah, true. It's just about having a feast. Make a feast and celebrate it with people's. Excuse me. Good morning, Tina. Turkey, $40 this year. Way to go, Brandon. I know, right? Dude, ridiculous. Cheers, kind everyone. Bamboo Soldier. How you doing, brother? Excuse me. Welcome back. Unexpected hiccup. They ate stuffing and squash. I mean, squash, I get it. How do they hate stuffing? What? How do they hate stuffing? It's savory, fluffy bread with veggies and meat. Try this, Mario. Try and make the fluffing with some milk instead of water. Add a little spice to it. See how that goes over. I'll look into the FTX story. Sounds like a banger. NASA managed to launch the Artemis rocket. Nice. Good for them. Will do, Kai. Turkey is $40. I'm having sex with it then. I don't think I'll cook anything for a turkey day this year. Just not motivated. Oh, that's unfortunate. But I understand. Cannoli? Ask Eve. Hey, Justin Proper. Yeah, how you doing, Justin? I don't remember if I said hi or I just went and launched right into answering your question. But how you doing, man? How's your week been? Boom, there's the thumbnail. Me with a bunch of money running away. Actually, that's a bad look. Scratch that. It could be a parody of Catch Me If You Can. Doing okay? And you and all hope you are too. Thank you, Bamboo. Who does not want to wear the ribbon? Hot chocolate. Yeah, hot chocolate sounds good. All right. I've got this Bible verse here pulled up. Who was it? Eve? Eve, you wanted me to read it? Oh, my Jesus. All right, hold on. This is small. 10 to 18. Well, that's not long. Look at that. Nice short little thing. Okay. Ephesians. I don't know what an Ephesian is, but it sounds like something you need to see a doctor for. Ephesians. Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all, to stand. Let me see. No, that's better. You can read it like that. To stand. Stand therefore, having your loins girt about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked, and take the helmet of salvation with the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. All right, why did you want me to read that? That was pretty cool. Is that, oh, the armor of God thing? That's what you're talking about? I fee. All right, hold on. Let me catch up to the chat. Oh, son of a bitch, I didn't mark my spot. Where am I? Hello. Hey, Erica Gardens. Welcome to our show. Hit the thumbs up button. Thank you very much, Senorita, for the reminder. To press the like if you're enjoying yourself. Ephesians are the people of the city of Ephesus. Ephesus. That's some New Testament talk. I heard Morgan Freeman read this. It was awesome. Is Kurt Lazarus reading this? Oh, I'm about to cook up some cornbread for Thanksgiving, y'all. My boy Vigilante and I is going to have a nice Thanksgiving dinner. He's coming over here to Vegas. Oh my God, dude. Reading like that does a number on me. It's like slam into a Slim Jim. Like that guy. It's rough on the throatal cords. Love this scripture, Kai. Helmet of salvation is crucial from Red Sonja. Haha, lol wish. Oh wait, that's the end I can see on the bottom here. Well, I wish. Hey man, you know what? Anyone what's it called? One man show. Maybe you and Catherine could go on a little road trip and visit some people for Thanksgiving or something. I don't know. Maybe that'd be a little. I mean, yeah, it would definitely. She might get some mixed messages out of it, but honestly, it's given the way things are, wouldn't hurt to throw it out there. But of course, I know what her reaction is going to be to it. Okay, so I like Ecclesiastes because it's super bleak and emo. Ecclesiastes. Thank you. Macho Man Randy Savage, my favorite quote. Nothing means nothing. Yeah, Yashua is good too. Nothing means nothing. Hail Vigilante Williamson. Dog had the big eye. All right, so I read the description. For you. Whoop. Hold on. All right, so let's kick things off with this thing here. So you guys see that? You guys see that drawing? That's not helping at all. You guys see that drawing? That's just dirty. Look at that, zoomed in. That girl's fingering herself. Nope. Justin's here. Hello, bro, says Stunbrat. I made $1 for that verse. He even has pictures of Jesus on him. I named him Joshua and posted him on. And don't he even has pictures of Jesus on him? On Instagram. Oh, okay. So, we keep it going. I would rather eat a denim jacket piece by piece than ever have this. It says this. So these are two. This woman says, I take my hat off to this woman. The next one says, I'd rather eat a denim jacket piece by piece. Oh my God. May 2008, June 2009, April 2010, April 2010, twins. December 2012, April 2016. Oh, they took a break there. They took a fucking break. May 2015. 2014. Oh, 2012, 2014, 2015. October 2017. February 2020. December 2020. Bro. What the fuck? She literally got pregnant immediately after having the one from February. These two were in the same year. The same year. Their birthdays are 3 months apart or 2 months apart. The same year. You have to wait a month and a half to 2 months, I think, around there after having a baby. You can get pregnant again. You need a little recovery time, but you can get pregnant again about a month and a half later. They wasted no time. They went straight for it. This is dumb. I mean, how much money? I mean, with that mirror in the back, though, I would imagine they're rolling in money. This family's rolling in dough. That's why they're just popping out kids. But what the hell? No. No. So 12. So she's 12. She's the oldest at 12. The fucking twins. Oh my God. I think they drew that on purpose. Oh, for sure they did. For sure they did, V-dubs. Ecclesiastes is the black pill book of the Old Testament. All is vanity, chasing after the wind, but it has a positive ending. No spoilers. Arlene, cool. I don't do social media, but I would love to see it. I hope they are rich. Oh, they are rich. Look at that, bruh. Look at this environment that they're in. Look how big the room is. Look at this big ass mirror and that frame that it's in. It's not just tacked on with like the way I would do it. This is a frame and it's hung up properly. Yeah, they're rich. They got money. They got money. Literally a fucking break, a break from fucking. They hate the texture of stuffing, and unfortunately, I eat it all. What do you mean, unfortunately? It's so good. What the hell's wrong with them? They hate the texture. Stuffing. Stuffing's delicious. Hey, Moira. Meow, meow. How you doing? Like rabbits. I know, right? It's fucking crazy. Are these the Duggars? I don't know. Yow, Darius. Oops, CA locks on again. Tax deductions. Oh, that's true. Bunch of little tax deductions. Government's just paying you to have kids at that point. Future reality TV show. Inheritance Wars. Yeah, D, that's a good one. Yeah. But the thing is, those people who would have an inheritance war are the kind of people that had very easy lives because they spent their whole lives mooching off of grandpa and grandma's money, and then now it's all gone, and they're fucked. 2 in 1 year, though, is efficient. Efficient is one way of putting it, but really, May, June, April, December, April, May, October, February, December. They're all around the same kind of time of year. It's either around one or the other. Yeah, Arlene. My mom used to watch the Duggars until the one son was convicted of perverse abuse. Put on the full armor of God, y'all. I guess one bad egg out of like 20 kids is a good run. That's true. Hugs, Kai. Hugs, Moira. Kai, Duggar is a family. I know about the Duggars. He had like 18 kids or some shit, right? Fucking weird. Cheese! Vegans! Cast it into the fire! Destroy it! Vegetarians! No. Better be an only child expecting nothing and then get a surprise after a parent passed away. Ah, yeah, true. True. Like, your parents treat you like you're fucking poor your whole life. And then when they die, you get a nice big cash sum. You're like, son of a bitch. Those tricky bastards. Tricky sons of bitches. This one was simple, but I thought it was pretty funny. I'm gonna turn off the weird drumming sound. My friend has 12 children, but her husband makes a fortune. She budgets really well, grows their veggies, and makes everything from scratch. Holy shit, that's badass. That is awesome. Hey, Raquel. How you doing, honey bunny? Darius is in rare form tonight. So this is pretty dope. This is dope as hell. Like when I've got a place with a pool, hell yeah, this is the shit right here. Look at all these blankets, pizza, snacks, laptop, chilling in the water. The view, that's awesome. My family definitely underuses their pool. Winning Powerball ticket sold in Altadena for record-breaking $2.04 billion jackpot. California lottery officials say the only winning jackpot ticket was sold at a store in Altadena, kind of becoming the state's first lottery won billionaire. Lucky dude. Supposedly, he got less than $1 billion of it after taxes, but I don't believe that. Something about it that doesn't sound right.
So what happens
is
we have
this
two
shit.
tabulators. One of the tabulators is not working, okay? The other tabulator is taking about 75% successful. So 25% of them are being misread, and it could be a printer issue, or it could be the tabulator itself. So when it's misread, you have an option to put it into what's called box 3, and it gets read, whether it goes downtown and gets read manually, or whether it gets refed into our tabulator.
You don't want to adjudicate.
They get read,
No.
okay? So no one's trying to deceive anybody.
Of course not. Not on election day. That would never happen, right? No, that would never happen.
So choices are, you guys. Sure.
If I get up there and that happens to my ballot, and I take my ballot with me and go somewhere else,
Sorry, and it's not like
So
I don't trust you going to box and box me.
No, no way.
yeah, no one here trusts what's happening. And down here it says missing context. There's no missing context on this shit. That is just straightforward, like exactly what's happening. You say, and this is a thing that's come out that they were having trouble with these, and the person who was supposed to make sure these things were all in working order is the person that won. Freaking BS. This same information was reviewed by independent fact checkers in another post. Fuck off.
Your body saying.
Can you start from the
So
beginning?
here's
Repeat
a
that.
Depression is your body saying, fuck you.
So I don't know where this is from, so I'm gonna pause it a little bit. But it's Jim Carrey talking about depression. If Kai won $2 billion, would he build the next FTX? Hey, Revan, how you doing? Who has 2 thumbs and 2 sprained feet? This guy. How did you manage that, bro? That lottery was messed with. There was a glitch. Then the store owner who sold the winning ticket won 100,000. Oh, crazy! You're multifarious, stud brat. Y'all smell what election dude is stepping in? Smells like bull poop to me. I know, right? Meow, potato. Did he mail in the lottery ticket without showing ID? Meow, Raquel and Moira. All right, let me play this.
I don't want to be this character anymore. I don't want to hold up this avatar that you've created in the world. It's too much for me.
Right.
So I kind of like I kind of like the way he comes at it, but let him finish and comment on
it. And so a friend of mine who's a spiritual teacher has a really good take. His name is Jeff Foster, and you should think of the word depressed as deep rest. Deep rest. Your body.
Okay. That's an angle.
Body needs to be depressed. It needs deep rest from the character that you've been trying to play. Depression is.
Okay, so I like that perspective that you're, because a lot of people do like put on a show and act inauthentic. They act in a way that they think they have to act to fit in, to get by, to survive, whatever it is. And you do that for an extended period of time, and you're gonna feel shitty because you're not being yourself. You're being inauthentic. You're lying all day, every day, and you're lying not just with your words, but like with your actions, with your behavior, with everything about you, and that's exhausting. That's like acting. That's like acting all day, every day, and that's shitty. And that's lame, and you're gonna get depressed. So I really liked that. Deep rest equals dirt nap. Bone conditions, yeah. So you gotta stop being who you're pretending to be and just start being yourself and just not be this fake version of you, Bone conditions sound awful. Can't just take them out. Yeah. Wow, good words. If you're a professional phony, you're probably a depressed person. That's fair. But also a lot of people go to Hollywood expecting one thing and they get their dreams shattered and they're like, oh, everything here sucks. Wow. All right. That's depressing. I will never apologize for my previous work because it was perfectly acceptable at the time. Fluffy. 100% facts. Stadium Fluffy. I guess it is something Gabriel Iglesias said. ODM retweeted, but Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy, said that. Nah, that's good, as it should be.
Whose ain't the only thing this pimp be playing?
This cooking guy. I'm probably gonna get claimed for the music. Whatever. This dude's out here with a cane and shit. Doing a pimp dance. Pimperito. Even doesn't look back. Just strut away. There is a time to do the authentic thing and a time to do the logical thing. When I was 19 and 20, all I heard was just be yourself, but I didn't know what I would do. I did a lot of dumb stuff. Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, some things are, well, like, I think what people don't explain when they tell people to be authentic, especially younger people, is be true to your intentions and your where your heart is at, where you're coming from, etc. If you try to like tell someone that your motivation is the thing that you think they want to hear, they're gonna think you're full of shit. If you tell them your motivation is the thing it really is, you might have them there. You're like, look, this is what I really want, and this is why. They might go, okay, well, you're young and stupid, but your head's in the right place. Let me redirect you a little bit. And that's where what I think people mean. They don't really. People hear a slogan over and over again. They just repeat it without thinking about the implications because they know once they've learned what that means, then they've internalized it and it's a part of who they are. But uh, most people don't really break down what that is, what that meant for them, how they interpreted that.
Mexican food? Go for it. A lot of people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
The only
I think I opened the show with this one day last
Say
week.
something about Mexican food? Go for it. A lot of people like to sit there and make fun of Mexican food and say that it's all the same because it's meat and cheese on top of a tortilla. And they're like, oh, burritos are the same thing as tacos, they're the same thing as tostadas, they're the same thing as enchiladas, they're the same thing as nachos, they're the same thing as sopes. Listen, go yourself, all right? You're gonna stand there and laugh at Mexican food? Meanwhile, Italy is sitting over there on their fucking high horse with 15 different types of pasta that all taste the same, and they're trying to sell it to me that it's a new invention because it fucking is a bow tie? Oh, you made a nice, pretty shape. Yeah, I stopped playing with Play-Doh in 4th grade, okay? That's a little bit late for some people, but not for me. Can I just say something about Mexican food? Go for it.
I watched a movie recently.
Can I just say
I'm
something about
gonna just gonna mute these guys instead. I'll play it in the background for a minute. But yeah, bro, that shit. I've had that conversation with people. I was like, oh my god, I didn't realize that Mexican food, like you just reuse all the same ingredients over and over again. A Mexican restaurant has no reason to run out of ingredients because you only use a few. Just get shit tons of it. But yeah, his shit about Italians, just like within a week of seeing this, before seeing this, so within a week before seeing this video, we were at the store and I asked Jenny about the different kinds of pasta. I said, what's with these different fucking kinds of pasta? What are they? What's the purpose? She explained different surface texture, different sauces like stick to them different, and etc. I said, oh, okay. I didn't know there was a freaking difference. They're just different kinds of spaghetti. Oh, different kinds of 5 different kinds of spaghetti right here. This is stupid. And some of them cost more. What's the point of that? And this guy gets it. This guy gets it.
Food. Meanwhile, Italy is sitting over there on their fucking high horse with 15 different types of pasta that all taste the same, and they're trying to sell it to me that it's a new invention because it fucking is a bow tie? Oh, you made a nice, pretty shape. Yeah, I stopped playing with Play-Doh in 4th grade, okay? That's a little bit late for some people, but not for me.
All right, so some young people don't know what manners and consideration means. So when they just be real, they are rude and obnoxious and call it being real. Yeah, that's true. That's true. They don't know what it means to like to be real without like just being a cunt. I could be rude. I didn't, Arlene, but I didn't mean to be. I didn't know any better. Yeah, right. That's the other thing. Like some of us don't have role models, and they're like different people consider different things rude. The further the stick is up your ass, the less that you need to do to be offended. You know, less someone needs to do to be offended or to offend you. So like sometimes you are being rude just because you've never heard of this social standard before or this social norm or whatever is going on. You're just not familiar with it at all. Sometimes you're being rude because this person has a stick up their ass. and like you're not actually being rude. But not everyone has the same upbringing and role models and awareness. Like sometimes you'll tell people, you're like, this motherfucker always does that. I'm gonna say something this time, and you say, hey, bro, you realize this, right? And they go, oh shit, for real? Yeah, why did you think? And they explain to you where they're coming. You're like, oh, you were raised in like the sticks or something. Like, oh, you make more sense now. And then they stop doing the thing, or they work on it, and you realize, oh, they're not a jackass. They just didn't know. If someone had just told them sooner, maybe it wouldn't have been a thing. Tostadas. Do these pants make my butt look fat? Be honest. Darius, you know the definition of insanity, right? Some Brad, I know Einstein's definition. I seriously would answer no. The pants don't. Your butt is just fat. I keep doing the same thing, but nothing ever changes. People can take their social expectations and eat it, in my opinion. Yeah, true. But that's also like there's a level of that comes with awareness. Like there's a level of like once you're at a point where you go, oh, this shit is dumb. I'm not gonna live by it, etc. Then that's where you're at, and everyone on your level gets it. Everyone beneath your level does not get it, and they are confused. Also, oftentimes that's the way that they perceive the world is through this stuff. They don't have in there enough intelligence or wisdom or experience or whatever it may be that allows them to look beyond that and actually analyze your motivation and etc. So there's a lot of nuance, but yeah, the ideally we should try to rise above the things that we're programmed to believe and how we're programmed to behave growing up, and decide and figure out for ourselves what is actually a good and what is actually a thing that's just being used to control us and dictate how we interact with one another, keep us apart from one another, you know what I mean?
Recently that I hadn't seen in a long time. A movie that is
Don't tell. I kind of feel like this one's gonna get claimed, but it's really funny. I don't know, man.
I think I have a solution for immigration. Here's what it is.
Oh, let's hear this one.
I think if you want to move to America, you should be able to. All you have to do is challenge an American for their citizenship.
Hey, that's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen some of these Americans, but I'm trying to make some trades. Yeah. I'm trying to put together a championship year.
Yeah, there's some people that like Idiocracy is making fun of, you know. But then again, those people would probably do pretty well in the fight.
Last week, I went to a Target. This lady walked in perfectly healthy, sat down in a rascal, rode it to the chip aisle, just started eating chips. We don't need that lady. Let's swap her out. There's a hungry young Peruvian dentist that wants in. There we go.
When they knew with just one look. Look at these two motherfuckers.
Why are you so fucking ugly, bro?
These two motherfuckers.
Oh my guys, we're just vibing, bro. All right, where's your girl voice? Show me your girl voice. Let's go.
I can't do a fucking girl voice.
Dude, come on.
Dude, I bet you can't even do a girl voice.
I can do definitely a girl voice, but how about you?
What the fuck? Why are you over here dressing up like a girl and shit? But yeah, both of them knew right away. Both of them knew right away. It was instant. Oh my god. Thank God my mama and grandma taught me manners, helped me to achieve my career, you know? Hell yeah. Yeah, you don't make big time friends without any fucking manners because they don't appreciate it. You're like, no, fuck off. They have the option on who to hang out with, and if you're some jackass with no manners, and no sense of decorum, you're gonna drop you like a bad habit. And then your story isn't gonna be, oh, I'm friends with this celebrity person. It's gonna be, I met this celebrity person once. Yeah, we hung out for a little bit and then they ghosted me. It was weird. Huh. Weird, was it? Ironically, doing what I would not normally do was much better at teaching me what I should do. Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Doing when you expose yourself to things that are outside of your comfort zone, you learn more about what you do, like what you do, how to do things properly, etc. You learn a lot from making mistakes as long as you actually analyze your mistakes for what they are. Hey Ashley, how you doing, girl? If every human would concentrate on their own mess and their own thoughts instead of judging others, the world would be a better place. Yeah, and the reason people don't do that is because a lot of people are jackasses and they know it. And then they being forced to confront that is uncomfortable. Hey, Darius says, Ashley, thanks so much for the support tonight. Holy fuck nuts. Well, what if you're a jackass with half a kilo of nose candy? Well, I mean, like, you're leaving yourself open there to a lot. I had to stop thinking about rules, i.e., what not to do. Think about principles, like how to be most respectful and have the most fun. Yeah, true. Yeah, exactly. Rules aren't, rules have a purpose. Sometimes they stop serving their intended purpose. People follow them anyway. You got to look beyond what the rules are. Look at what is. A good friend of mine was real creepy perv dude, and he was going through the change. And I'll tell you what, he is so less creepy. He is so less creepy as a woman. Yeah, some people need it. Some people fucking. Some people, it is what they are. Like, it's straight up. They're like, no, we have. But then again, also some people just need a little medication, and it goes away. So, positive greater than negative. I hope you're not as good. He wasn't understanding. He was looking at my style. So happy for. He wasn't understanding. He was looking at my style. So happy for them. What? Okay. Hey, Steeg. I'm doing great, brother. How are you? Undressing. Sorry, stupid phone. He wasn't undressing. He was looking at my style. So happy for them. Okay. Guy in chat, what up? Hope all is having a good one. Thank you, Slingshot T. And you know what? I just realized the time. It's after midnight. That means that it is freaking. Hold on, where is it? It's wait. I want to pull it up. I'm just gonna pull it up here on the screen. It's Danny DeVito's birthday! Happy birthday, Danny DeVito!
Hola. You! It's your birthday. We're here to party and sing to you. It's from me. Hope you are bueno. The fun will reino the whole day through. From the Gulf to the mountains, the city lights and fountains, we hope your birthday's excelente. You are another year older, so perhaps you should be generally awesome. 'Cause today is your day. Hola. You!
Danny DeVito!
Grand fiesta, and later on siesta, and the best of everything. Sí, señor!
I wanted to play that one again. I only played it for Saggy so far. Now I played it for Saggy and Danny DeVito. Even though Danny DeVito is not watching. Happy birthday, Danny DeVito. Danny DeVito fucking rocks. Good morning to everyone in the chat, says Steeg. Undressing me with his eyes all the time. He just wanted to be a chick. Oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense. That would be way less creepy. Cooking time. Rock and roll. Get some. Hello, Stieg. Am I the only one that really looks forward to Kai's misreads? They are often hilarious. Stun Brat, throw rocks at me like you did on Naboo in your underwear. Danny DeVito drinks limoncellos. He drinks Wolf Cola. That's what he drinks. Stieg, do I get a stunt adjustment? I'm going to take off. I feel lightheaded. All right, Raquel, you sleep tight. Feel better. I'm going to lay down and get some sleep. Good night. Hasta luego, senorita. Arlene, but they are so sincere. It's cool. Everyone sends love to Raquel. Wishing her a good night. These motherfuckers, though, like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why are you doing this? It's weird, bro.
Just a
It's
couple
weird.
of guys.
We're just vibing, bro. All right, where's your girl voice? Show me your girl voice.
He
Let's
does
go.
have a really good girl voice, though.
Dude, come on.
Holy shit.
Dude, I bet you can't even do a girl voice.
I can do definitely a girl voice, but how about you?
That was really good. That was nuts. I love this one. Don't sacrifice your children to Baal. Vote Moloch. Don't sacrifice your children to Moloch. Vote Baal. You look at this guy. Double fisting chicken sandwiches. That's fucking glorious. Look, he puts them together. He even puts them together. Ah. This is what life is about. This guy is living the dream. I didn't know they had chicken. Wait. What? Get one free chicken sandwich deal today only? Oh, that's what I missed out on? Okay. I guess they had a free chicken sandwich last week. Oh, what a bummer. I'm pretty sure there's a Wingstop I could have found around here for free chicken sandwich. I didn't know they had a chicken sandwich. Now I want to try it. Son of a bitch. It looks delicious. Shit, look at this guy. This should just be their commercial. They should just find this guy and pay him. Hey, can we use this? Oh no, they need to find him and the video guy. The guy who makes video. Or just film a commercial with him doing this. This will get people to go. Damn, it's making me want chicken sandwiches. Kai doesn't misread enough. He is a fake Mexican. No peeing in the pools either. Hey. I take offense to that. I definitely pee in pools. Always. I find pools. When I need to pee, I don't look for a bathroom. I look for a pool. Asmodeus all the way, says Darius. Famine dude came to the park with a purpose. Damn, dude came to the park with a purpose. Asmodeus the snake in Redwall, or Asmodeus from mythology? I know, right? He went there with his bag. He's like, oh my god, yes. Just bought a log cabin from IKEA. The goats thought the UPS man was gonna kill them, so they all played dead. They all froze. Oh, he hit the gate. He turned too sharp and hit the gate. That's what happened. Ah, that sucks. That's why they panicked. Look at him just. Oh my god, dude. These motherfuckers. It's just a cute kitty being cute. Those eyes when they do that shit, that's on purpose. That's on purpose. They're trying to get you to love on them.
Money, of course.
Okay, hold on. Y'all are gonna love this. Asking women in 1967 what they look for in a man. Let's see what they have to say.
Look for a man. Oh, money, of course. It's very important. As long as he's got money, that's the most important thing there is.
Do you think looks are important?
Yeah, she went straight to the point.
Sometimes it depends on the man. I can bear almost anything as long as he has clean teeth.
I like how she looks right at the camera. As long as he has clean teeth, looks right at the camera like, yeah, y'all motherfuckers heard me. Clean them teeth. Come to mama.
Would it matter if your man's ugly?
Oh, I think it would. I mean, looks do help.
Would you mind if he was very ugly?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think looks are very good anyway.
Would you marry an ugly man?
I've married one.
I love it. It's candid and real. See, that's keeping it real right there.
You look fun.
What do you guys think about what women were looking for in 1967?
Oh, money, of course. It's very important. As long as he's got money, that's the most important thing there is.
Do you think looks are important?
Sometimes
Case of emergency, play dead.
I can bear almost anything as long as he has clean teeth.
Look at her hair. That is the kind of shit that is some hair right there. How the that's work.
Would it matter if your man's ugly?
Oh, I think it would. I mean, looks do help.
Would you mind if he was very ugly?
Oh, no, I don't think so. I don't think looks are very good anyway.
Would you marry an ugly man?
If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, never make a pretty woman your wife. If you want my personal point of view, get an ugly girl to marry you. Yeah, I remember the words. I haven't heard that song in forever. That's a coif. Hey, man, I love that banter in the end. I saw your wife the other day. Oh, yeah? Yeah, she's ugly. Kai knows it. Oh, yeah, I know that one. Oh, that was a funny ass song. So I love this Milani Creative, freaking great follow if you're on Instagram. He does illustrations, really simple illustrations for non-physical, for concepts like this. A negative encounter with someone is a tiny little drop in a tiny little vial of color, and that little drop of black turns that red to black, turns it to judgment. But high empathy, having so that's a low empathy individual. A high empathy individual has a big tank, and when you drop a little bit of black in that big tank of color, it just shifts a little bit. It forms a connection, not judgment. It doesn't change the color. I was pretty and I didn't cook. It says stunt rat. Quoff. Oh. Coif. Quoff. Quoff the Raven. Like that. A great personality and sense of humor is a must. You can get through just about any hard time with those. Yeah, I've heard that before. Like, no matter how hard life gets, no matter how old people are or how ugly you get or what happens, if you're funny, then hold on, let me play also. If you're funny, then you can make it through the hardest of times. Give me 1 second, everyone.
And what a game here as Johnson kicks toward the goal, and oh my god, Singh makes a fantastic save. But I believe he hit his nuts on the goalpost. He is down. Let us have a closer look at instant replay. Not only just self-sacrifice on this play, but sacrificing future generations as well. Obviously going all out for his team, saving the ball right here, but also losing 2 on the play, putting his balls on the line. Let us have a moment of silence for this man's fallen brothers. As you see right here, he got to the ball and so did...
If it's ever gone off, like, while I'm on stream, I do know that when my dryer is going, this shit picks it up. Yeah, it's loud. It's loud. I know it picks it up though, because I was on Mad Mardigan's stream, and he was like, "This, I'm sorry, does someone have like a washer or dryer going or something?" Like what? And I was like, "Oh, I know that's definitely me." I didn't say nothing. I just muted myself. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I know what's up.
My best friend broke his leg yesterday, so I went to go see him. I walk in, and to my surprise, he has two beautiful sisters, and they're twins. I've never met them before, but apparently they were away at college. But anyways, I went to my friend's room, and I asked him how he was doing, you know? He said, I'm doing all right, but can you do me a favor and go downstairs and get me a pair of socks? My feet are freezing. So I run downstairs, but I see his sisters laying down on the couch where the socks are at. So I said, your brother sent me downstairs to sleep with both of you. They were skeptical, so they said, yeah, right, prove it. So I went close to the stairs and I shouted, both of them, right? And he shouted back, yeah, dumbass, what's the point of only fucking one? You need the pair. My best friend broke his leg yesterday.
Hey, if it works. I mean, that's funny. That is the kind of thing that, like, oh, your friend don't talk to you no more after that. But what's it called? I guess that explains a few things. I don't think you're talking about the joke here. It's starting to sound like the old medicine of humorous. Let's see. Well, I agree that explains a few things. Well, I guess that explains a few things. I mean, yeah, low brow versus the wise. Oh, yeah. Speaking of Mexicans and peeing and gas and all this other stuff, I don't remember actually what we're talking about. But my late husband and I went through some really hard times, and our ability to laugh at absurd crap kept us going. He should have put his balls against the wall instead. That'll be the next one. You're right. We're at almost 2 hours and I haven't played tennis ball. All right, check this one out.
Oh, shoot. Hey, man, we need gas. We're on empty. Already on it. What? What are you doing? I'm pissing in the gas tank. What the fuck? Why? Gas is a scam. Cars can run on piss. No way. Yes way. Well, you're gonna get your ding-ding stuck in the gas hole. No, I won't. A man's ding-dong is ergonomically designed to fit inside a gas hole. It's perfect. What? What does a nozzle at a gas pump look like to you? A man's wang? A man's flaccid wang. We were designed that way, by God. What? A woman's body is designed to nourish life. A man's body is designed to fill the gas tank with hot piss so we can drive forever. What the fuck are you talking about? Come on, flip this bitch on. Oh my God, it worked. Of course it worked. I filled the tank up with my own piss. The tank is filled to the brim. Of course it is, man. I'm full of piss. What if you run out? I'll never run out, man. You know how much Gatorade I drink? More than anyone I know. We're driving, baby. Exactly, man. This thing is running a high-octane premium Gatorade piss. Why don't people know about this? It's big gas, man. Fuck big gas, man. I'm all about this piss. They don't want us to drive this far. I'm going 100 miles an hour on straight piss. Full throttle on the piss, baby. Drive to Hawaii. Hell yeah, man. Let's take it over. Vamos to Hawaii. What's that mean? It means we're going to go to Hawaii in Spanish. Fuck yeah, man. I'm going to take us there with my own piss. Yes, you are, piss boy. Yes, you are. Oh, shoot.
So that's why Americans used to do a lot more road trips. See, they started covering up that. That's why originally you think gasoline overtook electricity as an efficient form of powering vehicles in the early 20th century. That's a bunch of horse shit. No, it was piss. Just like this guy said, back in medieval times, you used to be able to sell some of your urine and they'd use it in dyes and in other things. And that's where the term piss poor came from. When you don't even have, you're so poor, you don't even have piss that you can sell to make a few, pennies or whatever. This is what America was built on. I don't think that's accurate, but that was a fun skit. I'm going to go to sleep after tennis ball. Oh, Darius, really? You're going to go to sleep after tennis ball? Okay, well, I guess you're here until tennis ball then, right? Everyone knows that know-it-all guy who's an idiot. He knows the secrets that they don't want you to know. But this one's true, though. They really are trying to cover up the high-octane urine that Americans produce. Did you know piss is more valuable than gold? It's more valuable than FTX. I just had a disturbing thought. How bad would it hurt to get gasoline on your ding-dong? Ooh, that probably hurt a lot. That would probably hurt a lot. Holy shit. I've seen gasoline eat through like a through like a plastic cup. So, yeah. Bad lube. Not the kind of lube you want.
Gotta take a shit. Gotta take
Oh
a
yeah,
shit.
this is
Yeah,
Elmo.
Maurice, gotta take a shit. Damn it! Come on! I'm just trying to take a shit. I gotta get home. Up, I dropped my Skittles. Damn it! Trying to get home. Trying to get home. Cops coming after me, motherfucker.
I'll come closer next time. Too much
Ooh, there's a
lean.
bird. Gotta take a shit. Gotta take a shit.
I'm not saying your mom's a slut, but during childbirth, she slid you in and out a couple times.
There's a theory that we have.
That one is fucked up. Old man guy, wasn't it so poor you don't have a pot to piss in? Yeah, whatever. It's been a long time since I've had to piss in a pot and sell it, okay? I don't remember the saying anymore. But yeah, that's it. That was it. But that's why, because you used to sell it and you'd have to, bring your own jug and then pour it into someone else's. Call it a day. Elmo prairie dogging. So this is some cool stuff here. This is, I think, a little more on the fucking Stieg. Blood is the best lube. Okay. So, oh my God. All right. So, have you guys heard of the concept of the firmament? If essentially our atmosphere isn't exactly what we're told it is. It is and it isn't. It's still like a force field. It's a barrier that protects Earth from space. But it's like a wall. Because essentially, when we hit that wall, we go into space. And space isn't like empty space. It's supposed to be something else. Some kind of liquidish, like gaseous thing. And so it's essentially, space is very water-like, supposedly. And so this firmament protects the Earth. And I thought, well, but I'd like to see a little bit. I'd like to see something as evidence to this, because there's a lot of... I've seen plenty that says otherwise. I think I may have played one of the videos that I actually, no, I think I did. The one with the moon where it looks funky. Anyway, we've talked about this before, I think. But look at some of this shit.
Haven't ever been to outer space because of a transparent barrier that surrounds our entire world. And that past this barrier isn't open space or a vacuum, but water. Now, it all might sound crazy, but back in 19...
Okay. So that's where I believe we have been to space. I'm not necessarily sure, because I believe we've been to space even before we've officially been to space. You know what I mean? Like, we got to the technology and we got out there and we're like, cool, this is neat. So how are we going to break this to the world? How are we going to explain all this shit? And then that's where it all started. They had to explain things in a way that would make us go, oh, cool, all right, works. But there's a lot more going on out there than they're telling us, and they know it. So, actually, let me catch up a little bit here. Steve Kibanobi knows he's a warrior. Love you, old Bankai. Senior hugs. Breaking our glass ceiling. The firmament above the earth that held all the water before the deluge. The deluge didn't come from space. Barometric pressure was way higher, allowing us to live hundreds of years. I don't think that has anything to do with barometric pressure. I think that comes from actually, I think it came from a number of different places, but it definitely has to do with our spiritual, spiritualness, our ability to connect to spirit and whatnot. But there was a Chinese guy that died in the early 1900s that was supposedly over 300 years old, and his birth certificate was like 200 something years old, because that was when they started doing birth certificates. So he got one because he's alive, but he had already been living supposedly for 100-something years, and then he kept on living until the 1900s. So if people were still living hundreds of years up until very recent times, then that means it's not an environmental thing. Seen a video of amateur rocket bouncing off of it. Nailed it. I heard that a long time ago. Kai, this is very biblical, just saying. Ow, just watched a fragment of an ad for Belvedere vodka. I think it broke my mind. Yeah, son. I heard it on the church tapes. What about the firmament and stuff? I never heard that from church stuff. But I'd be curious. In my opinion, NASA is a big money laundering scheme. How do we know all the crap they show and tell us is legit? Millions and millions of dollars is going to things that are unseen and unprovable. Well, not true. Let's say the things that they're trying to achieve are very provable. Whether or not they're giving us the truth about it is a different story. But they're not trying to say that they're not claiming to be doing crazy stuff that they go, oh, well, we just got to kind of have that one on faith. No, when they're not doing anything that crazy. And then their budget is way less than what it used to be. And we as a society have benefited from a lot of the things that NASA has come up with to be able to launch off into space and whatnot, like Velcro. Velcro is thanks to them. There's actually, let me just look up a list of inventions thanks to NASA. Because they were taxpayer funded, they became public domain. Infrared thermometers, ventricular assist devices, space blankets. What else we got? All the shit I bought last month. Oh, wow, that's not efficient. Water purification systems. Let me see. Camera phones. In the 1990s, a team at the Jet Propulsion Laboratory worked to create cameras small enough to fit on spacecraft with scientific quality. 1/3 of all cameras contain this technology. Wow. Scratch-resistant lenses, CAT scans, LEDs, landmine removal, athletic shoes? Nike Air Trainers wouldn't exist if it weren't for suit construction technology developed by NASA. It was a former NASA engineer that first pitched the idea. Dustbusters? NASA approached Black & Decker to develop a lightweight device to collect samples on the moon. The company then used this technology to create the Dustbuster in 1979. Ear thermometers, home insulation, the jaws of life. Wireless headsets, memory foam, freeze-dried food, adjustable smoke detectors, baby formula, artificial limbs, computer mouse, portable computer. The SPOC was created by adapting the grid compass, the first portable laptop, in its creation hardware, modified new software developed, which propelled commercial market. So if anything, NASA is a kind of a knowledge laundering scheme. Maybe this is all technology that we had that they're trying to pump out into the world to just get us moving up a little quicker, you know? Maybe one of these resets that we've mentioned, I don't think we've talked about it really in depth. What if they're trying to pump knowledge out in the world under the guise of we're trying to get to space? Just microbes and a petri disk. Let's watch this video.
1962, the US government launched a couple of nukes into the sky to allegedly test out the atmosphere's reaction to them. Or, that's what they want us to believe. But some say they were actually trying to see if they could crack that invisible barrier. Ironically enough, this program was called Operation Fishbowl. This theory is further speculated, as many have said that if you look at the stars with your own eyes, or zoom in on them with a camera, it seems to be twinkling or shining through a liquid-like substance. As rocket enthusiasts have observed,
yeah, what the fuck is this?
Launch do seem to hit an invisible ceiling that causes a ripple.
What the fuck is that? Look at those ripples
that you would see in water, leading to a pretty strange theory. There's a theory that we haven't ever been to outer space because of a transparent barrier that surrounds our entire
Yeah, that's
world.
weird. That looks like something hit a wall of water and just splayed across the sky. Church tapes taught me that Harry Potter was satanic and that the Rockefellers want to implant everyone with RFID chips and digital currency. Wait a minute. Arlene, I agree. I was directed by Taika Waititi. That explains it. Velcro was pretty clever. Everything when mentioned, Darius is laughing his ass off. Everything seems to be money laundering these days. Darius, cool. Thank God for Velcro. Oh, the nose. Money has to be laundered multiple times nowadays. I know, Stunt. That last one was crazy nonsense for 25 years until last year. Freeze-dried ice cream is not cool unless you stick it in the fridge. Knowledge laundering? All right, Kai, this tennis ball is hitting the wall. All right, buddy, hold on. I know what time it is in that case. Good night, Darius Munchausen. Thanks for hanging out. And don't forget.
Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Bounce, 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 bounce. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Bounce, 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 bounce. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Tennis ball, throw it against the wall. Helps me forget about my cancer.
All right, Jenny just filled me in that the firmament thing is in the Bible. That's where it came from. Okay, got it. Makes sense now. So yeah, what's up with that? It's because to my understanding, as far as we're awares, where's the little star? Oh, there we go. When the asteroids hit, the ice sheets melted, all that shit. That drove the sea levels up, etc., etc. Changed the landscape of the planet, took us out of an ice age, etc. So I could see that's where all the water came from. You know what I'm saying? But good night, Darius. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, there's an atmospheric phenomenon that looks like rings like that. Allegedly. Yeah, right? What phenomenon would do that? What would do really? Bullshit. Yeah, the atmospheric phenomenon is the firmament. We aren't spinning. Water goes down the plug hole in the opposite direction down under. I made some bomb ass chilies. Yeah, once you cross the equator. How's it going? Always censored. Once you cross the equator, it starts spinning the other way, which is weird. It's weird. Bomb ass chili, nice. Jenny made some bomb ass tamales. They're good, man. They're good. There's some good tamales. Each Artemis scrubbed launch cost billions. How do we know there was really a leak? All we have is what they show us and tell us. What if the failed launches were really meant to not happen and the money went elsewhere? I could see that being the case. When you're dealing with big ticket items, it's easier to hide money there, So, the rocket costs how many millions? Let's throw a few more on there and hide some stuff. But they also don't have really huge budget. Like back in the 60s when they had like a monster budget, was it like 10%? of our GDP was going to them. Now it's like a tiny little sliver. So if it was a money laundering thing, I'd see them putting more money into it. Firmament separates the waters. Night, Darius. Great chatting. There are also windows in the firmament that open. Oh, really? Is that how that works? I thought it was like we can't get through the Van Allen belts. Yeah, we can. So the Van Allen belt is supposed to be a concentration of radioactive, you know, it's a zone, and so they just go through the weaker part of it, and whatever time you're exposed, but you get through it. It's not like it's gonna cook you alive. Like we're not dealing with that. That's some intense levels of radiation that people are imagining when they see the Van Allen band. Some really high radiation. It's not like Total Recall with his face is melting. Ah! Like that's not the level of radiation that we're talking about here. As for there are windows that open, I figured that you could hit it. That's why we had to enter and exit at a certain angle with using rockets, so that we kind of slip in and out of it without really like crashing into it, like this thing did. Look at this. Look at this thing. Look. Boom. Hold on. Here's some more stuff. Oh. I forgot I'm not sharing it.
There's a...
There we go. That looks like something hitting water. Straight up. If it weren't for the camera pulling out, that's what I would have thought I'm looking at. Looking down. What the fuck is that? It's like a crack? Or is it stuck in there, just trying to push its way through? Look at that. What the hell? Shenanigans. Something is weird about this shit. Look at that. It's like it's skidding across the surface of water. That's what that shit looks like. Oh, really? Oh, yeah, I see what you're talking about, the imagery. NASA gets like 53 million per day for what? NASA gets over 50 million per day from the government. Look it up. That was 5 years ago. All right, well, how many people do they have working for them? How many scientists work for NASA? 18,000 professionals work around the country in laboratories, wind tunnels, etc. All right, I'm just doing some. Let me see. So let's say 150,000. That's what game developers make. Like programmers, 200,000, something like that. No, I could see these guys. Okay, no, that sounds about right. Actually, times 18,000. They're not all scientists. Let's say, and engineers and astronomers. They don't get paid that well. Let's just say 6 figures. Say 100,000. That's still not. That's a couple million off the top there. See, like, I don't know, because they use a lot of expensive shit, and they're making stuff all the time. I don't know. It makes me like wind tunnels, the facility, the equipment, that shit all adds up. So 52 million isn't really all that much compared to some of the. My bad, it's 65 million daily last year. Oh, okay. Like $1 billion annually. That's really not that much. But yeah. All for Don Petit to tell us they lost and destroyed the technology to get to the moon, but we can go to Mars though. I think they just have to rebuild it. The whole going to the moon thing, they'd have to make just build it anew, pretty much, because it wasn't. I could see it not being made, all that stuff not being set up in a way that it's made to be modular. It's not made to be something that you re-implement later. The technology was still like digital technology, all this stuff was still pretty new back then, so they weren't really thinking like that. So I could see that being the case where they're like, oh, we have to actually get the computer that this shit was on, pull it out, and then make a connection so we can connect that to the modern shit, plug them together, etc., etc., etc. So that's I could see that being a problem. It's the same reason that you have some video games that there's no source code for it anymore. And people are like, well, maybe some developer has it on an old computer and an old hard drive somewhere in their basement, and it'll come up one day. Otherwise, someone has an old build of it. Otherwise, it's gone. Like that happens all the time. And it happens you hear about it in game development the most. In video games, people go, why doesn't anyone make a port of that old game? Oh, because no one has the code for it. It's gone. That happens. That amount does not include payroll. NASA doesn't get one line item on the budget. They're getting money from multiple areas of the budget, plus the special projects money. I am sure they are doing good stuff, but lots of money is going elsewhere. That's fair. Fair to surmise. But look at this shit. That's crazy. My sister took her daughter to the skate park and took this photo without reading the graffiti in the back. I can't breathe. The graffiti in the back says, "You take dick in ass if you ride scooters." Man, her daughter's riding a little scooter. Oh, gotta do some research. At that time, TV stations could only broadcast 50 miles max, but apparently Nixon could talk with astronauts on a landline 250,000 miles away. Okay. Speaking of doing research, Germany 1936 Olympics. This opening speech there was broadcast to the world and into space. That was the first time. After that, we've got 30 years ish, maybe a little more. Yeah, a little more, I think. A little over 30 years after that we have the moon thing happening. And at the time, we were spending 10% of our GDP on that shit. And that was a big publicity stunt because we were consistently losing to the Russians in other goals, in other checkpoints. First to do this, oh, Russians did it first. First to launch a satellite into space, oh, Russians already did it. First to every time, Russians did it first. And so they were pumping money into this shit. So I don't find it hard to believe that NASA, who was getting more money than any other government agency at the time, except maybe the military, was not able to put together a transmission device to communicate with their astronauts in space. That's not like that's very reasonable. It took nearly a decade to build the space shuttle. It was 1976 and almost 2020. It's almost 2023, but we can go to Mars, bruh. Well, we can't. We can, but surviving on Mars is a different story. Nixon's conversation was scripted. Just checked. Venus still doesn't twinkle. Venus doesn't twinkle? Well, it is a lot closer to us. Nixon's conversation was scripted. I could, of course, I could see the questions and stuff being because of the 30-second delay. You don't want to sit there on air, live on air with a 30-second delay. Like, Kai, 250,000 miles away? Come on now. That's not that far. And like I said, 1936 Olympics, little mustache guy sent a signal further than that. So, right? Not unreasonable. Elon plans to make 1,000 starships. One each day can take 200 people. Flat earthers get free first trip. Getting to Mars alive is still pretty iffy. Yeah, it is, but it's doable. It's just a matter of people. It's kind of like electric cars. People are like, oh, electric cars are impossible. It'll never happen. We have to build out all this infrastructure, et cetera, et cetera. It's just not going to happen. It's just impossible. It's too much. Elon Musk, with not a company, with not a car company already, starts a brand new one and then does what they said was impossible. All it was a matter of motivation, a matter of ingenuity, etc., etc., etc. And he figured it out. Getting to Mars alive is doable. It's a matter of motivation and getting the right heads in the game to make it happen. Fusion Rockets Space Force says theirs is better than China's. Bro, China's jank city. I wouldn't trust anything. If China was if China had decent engineers and smart people the way they say they do, they wouldn't have to steal everything. NASA 2021 budget $23.3 billion. Still no charging stations in my area. You can, well, one man show. To be fair, you could make your own charging station. Look at this. This is dope. So we've got a menorah and the Star of David on the cover of this thing. I don't know where the music's from, so I'm gonna mute it. So we open it up and look at the imagery you get. Is that an owl? Yeah, it's an owl. Looks dope with the Star of David above it. Look at that. That looks beautiful. And it's been like, it looks like this was hidden. This book was hidden and well cared for because it's in this like little box. So they shaved off the corners of it so that they could fit it in the box. And then also because it's round, people don't think to look for a book in there. Look at this. This is something you'd see out of India. This hand with the tree of life in the middle. I wonder what's written in there. So yeah, that's dope. This is some antique stuff right here. This guy's touching it with his hands like an asshole. Why aren't you wearing gloves, you fuck? Motherfucking gloves. Even I know that. Alright, we don't know if the speech was live. Even if it was, what's the max distance from one side of the Earth to the other? Like 6,600 miles? 250,000 miles? Okay, well then why do we get recordings that from the astronauts that weren't supposed to, you know, they were still getting all that stuff. They're still they're still getting signals, sending signals. And why is it so hard to believe? I mean, look at what we could do 30 years ago. 1992. What was new back then? Well, we didn't even have what's it called? Touchscreen phones at the time, but now we do. And that came in the last 15 years. 2010 maybe, 2008. Yeah, that was in the last 15 years. So 30 years after, and by the way, in World War II, we saw tremendous leaps in technology because of the war. In the beginning, we had trouble shooting down Japanese fighter planes. By the end, the amount of rounds we used to take one down was ridiculous. By the end of the war, it was much lower. We had computers that were targeting for us. Our radar and sonar technology advanced significantly during that time. Our code cracking technology, like a lot of things, advanced very rapidly during World War II, especially rocket technology and some other stuff. Rocket technology, radio technology, radar, all this stuff went through a period of accelerated growth in the time between 1936 and the moon landing. I feel like you're saying this this technology was not commonplace. That doesn't mean it didn't exist, and that doesn't mean that a company or an organization with a budget like NASA wouldn't be able to make it themselves. They were literally making everything they were using. They handcrafted everything: the rocket, the suits, the technology to talk to each other, everything. So I feel like you're looking at one piece of information and not taking into consideration the 10 other things that really matter quite a bit. How many does SpaceX have? Why would Elon waste millions of dollars to let flat earthers a free trip when he could show the whole world a non-composite actual photo and shut them up? There are charging stations up in town. But there are no places locally that can service the cars. When a Prius screws up, it has to be shipped off. That makes sense. I could see that area not being worth it to have one in that region because of how many people are really going to have a Tesla. Because zealots cannot unbelieve. What are we talking about? Who's the zealots that can't unbelieve? And that's just one thing. There are so many more impossibilities. It's not an impossibility, but I don't really care. God made it all the way he wanted. Guy, that was the mainstream news, bro. That's fair, but I'm also looking at the technology and what was possible and what was actually happening. What we know for sure was happening in terms of the war, in terms of the technology that they were using, in terms of when Germany having and using that technology was a show of power. They're like, look what we can do. Everyone else was trying to catch up after that. So there's a lot of things like that you got to take into consideration. Red hydrogen. What about red hydrogen? We didn't go to the moon, says Eve. Arlene agrees. Kai, I always wondered why we never went back to the moon. Also, none of the other power countries. So NASA finally said they lost the technology. Yeah, that makes sense. I agree with you there. Oh, we lost it. We don't know. Like I said about the builds for games and stuff. I'm like, no, I've actually seen that happen, and I get it. But the reason we didn't go to the moon, I feel like, is because we're not supposed to be going to, or we go to the moon under the auspices of our secret space program, not the mainstream space program, because then whenever we send astronauts up to space, then we bring them back and all the shit. If they're live, we have to be really careful with what we show on screen, because we don't want the people to know that aliens are out there, right? Even today, if you look back at that old NASA footage, you can catch the stuff that they didn't catch that's flying around in the background, or that's as you pan over the surface of the moon, you'll see something in a crater that doesn't look right, and you zoom in and it's a building. Like that stuff is out there. And so imagine how costly and it's like, bro, every time we go to the moon, we are blowing up our spot. We are risking exposing this to everybody. So they had to stop doing it. And so they disillusioned the public. They had a couple accidents. Things just kind of went wrong for the space program. Oh no, and then it quietly died off. And we focused on other things. But I think that's why we didn't go back to the moon, because we know it's up there and we've already worked things out with the aliens that are up there. And every time we go to the moon, because it's on taxpayer dollars, it was risking exposing everything they don't want us to know. But yeah, good point. They just said they lost the technology is bullshit. Yeah. Stanley Kubrick made the moon landing film in a huge warehouse, Crystal Lake. Elon is a reptoid. I don't agree with that. Watch the film Capricorn 1, made only a few years after the alleged moon landing. Why has no one gone back? I just explained. Buzz Aldrin said they didn't go. When did he say that? And people think Ukraine will be Russia. Beat. Kai, I always thought the moon landing set was sus, but after working in the biz for over 20 years, I get it. Similar set to 2001 Space Odyssey. Kai, darling, we haven't been anywhere but low Earth orbit. Okay, but how then would they have video of flying through space, and if they're trying to cover up the fact that there are aliens and stuff and all these things that they know to be true that they don't want us to know, why would they fake space footage and leave little things like that in there about what's out in space that they don't want us to know about? Like, let's make a fake video of us going to space and then include the stuff that we don't want people to know, and then edit that shit out because we don't want them to know that, but we'll leave a few things in. That's not logical. You know what else isn't logical? Not taking another bite of this here tamale. Damn, that's good. But yeah, that's where I look at these theories and I say, okay, I get it. I get where you're coming from and it makes sense. Very logical. I get it. But what doesn't make sense is some of the clues that we've got to work with. Because if this conclusion is true, some of these clues wouldn't exist. Some of these things that we see just wouldn't even be a factor. They just wouldn't exist at all. It wouldn't make sense either to make a bunch of fake footage just for people to make conspiracy theories about, just so that you can shut them down. You're just giving yourself more work in terms of trying to convince the people. It's just not logical. So when I'm entertaining these ideas, that's where I get hung up sometimes is, okay, but if what you're saying is true, that we haven't been anywhere except low Earth orbit, we haven't been to the moon, then why is this stuff out there? Why is this information out? Why does this video exist? Why is that? Why do they constantly do this thing? Why do they keep covering up their images? Why do they keep doctoring things? Why did they go through all this effort to make the moon program less popular and then eventually just quietly snuff it out? Why did they do these things? If we hadn't been up there and gotten and stared the truth of things right in the face, I think things would not have gone the way that they have gone. I think the way things have gone is the result of us actually making it up there and going, holy shit, okay, this is not the way we thought it was. Ooh, we can't let the people know this. Of course, they were already firmly not letting people know stuff, covering up a lot of American native things. You know, we've talked about that as buildings, the cities that were already here, all this other stuff. Native American history. Kai, what you believe is just what they want you to. CGI, bro. I'm a VFX artist. I get how this shit works. I know what we were capable of back then. And also, I'm asking the questions of like logically, assuming what you're saying is true, that means that certain things were orchestrated and created on purpose simply to placate us. And if those things were fake, they would not have included things in those fake videos about stuff they don't want us asking questions about. Like, we don't want them asking questions about that. Why are you including that in the video? Oh, because to get the conspiracy theorists all worked up. No, you fucking idiot. That's what we're trying not to do. Take that out of the video. You jackass. What is wrong with you? I thought maybe, we could bury the lead a little bit. No, fuckface. We're trying to convince the whole planet. Oh my god. You're fired. Get out. Get out of here, Arnold. Yeah, I always hated that guy, Arnold. NASA has admitted that a lot of the footage they show us is recreation. They say they do not have camera tech that can withstand space flight. Are you saying currently have, because you're speaking in the current tense, have admitted a lot of the footage shows is a recreation? How does that work? I mean, you're going to have to show me that. Kai, JFK had promised we would go to the moon within a decade. Other countries started panicking. Okay. I'm waiting for a follow-up thought to that one. I'm not going to believe in flat Earth until I see turtles. Until I see the turtles. They lie about everything else, and this they told the truth about. I believe they lied about it. I believe they were like, guys, we're doing this. Yes, this is going to be awesome. And then they do it, and they're like, oh, shit, everyone knows we're doing this, and now we have something we need to hide. Oh, fuck. Okay. Dial it back. Put the car in reverse. I think that's what happened. I think there's an element of truth, and then there is them trying to cover up all the stuff they don't want us to know. And that right there is what tells me that they actually did some shit. No one tries to cover up things that they did that didn't happen. No one tries to go, oh, like I don't know. I can't think of any examples right now. But if they, if they're like, let's just pretend we went to the moon. Fuck the Russians. We don't need to actually make it out there. Let's just do a thing. And they put on the show. They send the rocket up into the sky to low Earth orbit and whatever. And then they play the film and they have the pre-recorded audio and the American audience sees it and goes, that was great. And then they bring the rocket back down and they pull the guys out of the ocean. And then they have their interviews. And they go, oh yeah, the moon was great. It was so cool. It was bouncing around, having fun. Yeah, the moon. Moon boys, we did it. High fives all around. Instead, what do we get? Instead, we get astronauts that look like they're hiding shit. They look like they're nervous. They're like, no, it was moon. Yeah, moon stuff, whatever. They look a little freaked out. Also, we have them constantly cutting cameras away when there's stuff happening that they can't hide or explain. Camera just cuts away. Footage gets doctored after the fact. There's two different versions of it. Or it gets, what's it called? Or it gets missed. Little detail that gets missed. Camera's just panning by. You pause it on a frame and you can see something on that frame or on a couple frames that are flying by, things like that. That kind of thing, much harder to doctor back in the day. Also, I'd say close to impossible to doctor back in the day. Also, pointless to doctor to include in a fake, especially if you're not trying to get people to ask questions. If you're throwing that stuff in there, like, oh, yo, this will add authenticity. Well, then you don't hide it. People go, hey, is that an alien? You go, yup, sure was. Because there's aliens up there in space. Because you don't fucking know. You don't know what's up there. You pretended. You did a little song and dance and you filmed this shit and you pretended you went to space. You don't fucking know. But if you see aliens flying in the background of the video, oh, yeah, that's normal in space. Happens all the time. That's how you know we've actually been there. You know what I mean? But no, that's not what happened. Instead, they're trying to cover shit up. So they went and did something knowing to expect a certain level of that. Once they got up there, they realized, oh, no. This is more than what we anticipated. We need to dial this shit back. And so then we see cover up stuff. So it wouldn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. That idea that it was all a show doesn't make any sense. It fails utterly and completely once you start analyzing why there's stuff that they're trying to cover up, but they're also being honest, but they're also like, where is that line? Once you start seeing that there is a line there, wait, why are they lying about this? They shouldn't have to lie about this if they made it all up. So it just logically it falls apart. Kai, the moon rock we gave to the Netherlands turned out to be petrified wood. Yeah. Maybe there were trees on the moon. Huh? Maybe. It would make sense if you ran your mouth to the world. You have to follow through with the whole lie. Yeah. Yeah, right? Kai, watch the Buzz Aldrin video. He denied ever going. I mean, what Buzz Aldrin video? I'll have to look it up. Buzz Aldrin denies going to the moon. That's what I'm going to search. Yeah, so then you're saying the public does not have access to the most advanced tech known, then, right? Yes, correct. That is what I'm saying. How's it going, Slingshot? I said hi to you earlier. Yeah, I'm saying that. If the goal is to destroy Western culture, then NASA is a target. I asked all the questions logically too, bro. I have a very decent IQ also. That was my question too. Why would they go to these links? Well, can you explain to me why they would have to cover up things that they supposedly made? Like fakes? They supposedly made these frauds. It's like, okay, imagine this. Imagine this. Imagine this. Imagine if I want to make a fake Star Trek replicator. Or a fake, not the replicator, what's the scanners that they have? They have the scanners. Anyway, let's say I want to make a fake one of those. And I just put some shit together and I make it look like it works. I go, hey, check it out. I made a thing. And I press the buttons and I scan you and I tell you something that's true about yourself. You go, oh, that's accurate. How did you know that? Oh, I did, it popped up on the thing. That's weird. Scan this. And you scan it. Oh, hey, this is, and this shit is working. What the fuck? Okay, no, this isn't supposed to be working. And then someone comes in and you scan them and it says something embarrassing, like has explosive diarrhea, is wearing women's underwear. Whatever. And you read it and you go, and they go, what does it say? It says you have gas from eating Chinese food. They go, ha ha! I haven't eaten Chinese food. Stupid. And then they walk off and you're like, because this thing tells it's working. But you don't want him to know it's working. You also don't want to blow up his spot. So you tell a lie. You're like, I got to cover up this thing that's actually working here. So that's where I'm coming from, is that doesn't make sense for them to have to cover things up unless something was working. I'm just gonna play this clip real quick. This guy's great.
Hey, you know, you can just do stuff. Like, you don't need anybody's permission or anything. You just kind of come up with weird stuff you want to go do. You can just go do it. Okay. Go be weird. Okay, bye.
Goblins will see you teleport and say, he can't afford a steed. Look at this fucking dog. I'm gonna leave that playing in the background. Also, the dude that drew the big blue marble says it is his rendering and not an actual photo. The dude that drew the big blue marble? What are you talking about? Like the photo of Earth from above? I'm pretty sure that would have been easily disproven by now at this point. With like the photo tech that we've got. They want people to doubt everything. So this space race began, but it was a hoax. The moon is a plasma. Then if it were real, who the hell was there on the moon, camera in hand, filming the landing of the lunar on the moon? Did the camera guy go earlier? Yes, that is. They have explained it. They have talked about it that the first steps on the moon that we saw weren't actually the first steps on the moon. They got out, they set up the camera, they got back in, and they filmed themselves doing it. So yeah, that's literally what they did. It's like, yeah, the simplest, most logical answer. Yeah, that's what. So they just get up and set up the camera on a tripod? Yep. Oh. So those weren't the first steps? No. That means the Chinese are involved. See, there's still a lie in there. There's still a truth and a lie. You just, with a little thinking, you go, oh, it's reversed. Oh, they flipped it on us for the experience. Gotcha. It's like seeing a movie for the second time, but pretending it's the first time. That means the Chinese are involved in faking it too. That's the thing. Yeah, that would also mean the Chinese are involved. Not just involved, they are complicit in faking it. And the Chinese, why would they be playing along with our shit? If we lied about the moon, China right now would be like, hey, everyone, hey, the United States didn't really go to the moon. Fuck you. And now they're up there. But China was like, there's weird shit that we haven't been to the moon yet, etc. Let's go see. And then they went. Literally the last thing I heard from the Chinese rover, they're driving around and they saw a building on the moon. And they're like, oh, Chinese rover spots a building on the moon. Heads for it. Last thing I heard about the Chinese rover on the moon. It headed for a building on the moon. It was like, that's a building. And it went straight for it. I haven't heard shit about it since. I'm not going to look it up now, but I kind of want to look it up now. I want a Chinese moon rover. Okay, so it is still doing stuff. All right. All right, cool. So it's still up there doing stuff. But their rover is straight up going around investigating things that it thinks are funky. It's like, no, I don't believe you, United States. We're going to send our own rocket to the moon. So they do that. They don't go, we don't believe you. The end. No, they like go and investigate themselves. It's hilarious. After doing stunts for over 20 years, to watch the old moon footage, even the lighting is casting shadows in different directions. I haven't seen that. Light is different in space, but I haven't seen what you're talking about with the lighting casting in different directions. Bubbles during spacewalks on the ISS. Still lying. Bubbles? What do you mean? Coming out of the spacesuits? What were we talking about earlier? Where is it? Were we talking about earlier how space is a liquid, right? So wouldn't that just feed into things that we're being lied to about? Because if this is true, then the bubbles during spacewalks thing makes sense, doesn't it? Come on. Wait, where am I? Okay, doggy. DJ, right? Kai, who was already on the moon filming the lunar landing. Yeah, I already touched on that one. Everything can be photoshopped now. Yeah, now, not before. Kai, it makes little sense, but if they are receiving 54 million a day, money laundering on a huge scale, I could see some money being laundered, or I don't know. It's tough with dealing with expensive expensive stuff like that. Think about how much money a AAA game studio goes through in a year making a video game. The aliens were already watching the landings. Yeah, they were there spectating. And how did they get there? Like, look at fucking Johnny Knoxville over here strapping themselves to a rocket. Holy shit. They're not even using anti-grav. No, these dumb motherfuckers are just sitting on a rocket. And how did they get that car up there to the moon? It was on the... You can see them on... I think there's video of them unloading it. It was in their thingy. Just dropped it down there. They left it. They couldn't bring it back. But... toy plastic models of the lunar lander. You can actually see... I have not seen it myself because I haven't had telescope son of a bitch. Telescope in a long time. But if you have these doubts, you can look for yourself. Look on the moon for the stuff, and you're supposed to be able to find it. So if you get a telescope or find a telescope and look on the moon and you find that little fucking buggy up there, son of a bitch. Fuck me, it's really there. Well, now you know. Tricorder, thank you. I could not, it was not coming to me. Tricorder, thank you. Tricorder is possible today. Yes, it is. I mean, at least most of the functionality is yeah. Time travelers would know and suggest to Roddenberry, geeks make tricorder 50 years later inspired by Star Trek. I love, there's a story I heard James T. Kirk tell. He was at a con. And what's it called? He was at a con, and he was at a Star Trek convention, of all things. And it was back before smartphones, when we had flip phones. And he got a message on his flip phone, and he pulls it out without thinking about it. He flips it open, and the whole crowd around him was like, "Yeah!" And he was like, "What the fuck? Oh, I just did the thing." But yeah, dude, that's a silly dog. Good night, sweet dreams. Oh, good night, Erica. Thanks for hanging out. Why they stopped going to the moon and now everyone's making spacecraft? These are questions that interest me. Private companies are not beholden to taxpayers, so they don't have to film all their stuff. They can just launch supplies up there. They can do whatever they want. They don't have to show anything to the people. And you believe that? Yo, I don't know what this was almost 10 minutes ago. You're gonna have to remind me what that is. The Russians in on it too. Kai, honestly, really, you're smarter than this. You're gonna send the cameraman out there to the unknown first? What cameraman? No, it's not a cameraman stunt. That's okay. You seem to have misunderstood what I meant, because I literally said they step out of the craft. They set up the camera on a tripod. They go back inside. They close the door. And they do it all again. They pretend, they go, okay, here we go. One small step for man. And they film themselves doing it. There's not a designated cameraman there. It's them. It's the astronauts themselves with the camera that NASA gave them. They say, all right, I just flip the switch. And then when we're ready, we'll say, okay, you're live. And then we'll turn on the camera. And then you can do the thing for the people. Sounds good. All right. So that's what they do. They go out and they drop down. They take the camera. They set it down. They go back into the pod. They film themselves coming out. Cameraman? Girl, you crazy. On UCR's Discord, I found EOIA docs from the 60s about the US and China researching remote viewing together. US and China have been in bed together a really long time. What year was that from, Arlene? Because there was this whole communist takeover thing that happened. Since then, things have been a little funky. Yeah, like, did you consider that one? What year was it from? It's from the 60s. The documents were from the 60s. When did Mao? I'm just going to double check my timelines real quick here. 1949. And the time just after that was pretty shit. Before that, China was more open. They weren't the most powerful. In fact, they were feeling the pressure. But they were also resisting this Western push into China. What's it called? Remote viewing. Yeah, there's been a lot of in Japan too. Like throughout around that time, it feels like the early to mid 20th century was full of worldwide that getting squashed. Remote viewing and all that psychic phenomena, all those things, just being utterly suppressed. Hi, Kai. Oh, hey, Chris Longfellow. I love it, Tamale. I've been lurking. Hi, hey, Miss Jenny. So Chris Longfellow says hello. Mi amor? You there? Oh, I thought maybe you dozed off. No, just Chris Longfellow saying hello, Miss Jenny.
Hello, everybody in chat.
Why is this? Jenny says hello to everybody in chat. Why is this the picture? Why in the pictures the dirt under the lunar where it landed, no dirt is disturbed from the reverse thrusters they would have had to use to land? No dirt used from the reverse thrusters they would have had to use to land. Yeah, yeah. Well, but if they landed, no dirt is disturbed from the reverse thrusters they would have. Dirt under the lunar where it landed, no dirt is disturbed. I'll have to go look at it, I guess. If you're wondering why there's no like dirt cloud around them while they're filming, I would figure they waited for that to go away because they need to film. But I don't know. I haven't looked at if the dirt is undisturbed under the lander and stuff. I didn't think about that. Clever dog. I know, right? Okay, look up all the discrepancies we have pointed out. You will see there is even footage of the film crew reflected in the astronauts' face helmets. I'll look this stuff up later, because I'm not opposed to the idea that parts of it could have been pre-filmed, but the series of events and the cover-ups and stuff leads me to believe that we made it out there. And then they're trying to cover up what they found. kind of like the Voyager satellites that we sent up. The two Voyager satellites, right? We sent them out in the 70s to figure out why there's a gravitational discrepancy in our solar system. We sent them in two different directions in our solar system. And they discovered, and mostly everything out was, this didn't really come out to the public, except for an article or two here and there. But in the article that came out after that, we stopped hearing about, they stopped looking at that as a focus of the scientific mission of the gravitational discrepancy. That just stopped being a thing. They just stopped talking about it. They started talking about all these other things they're discovering about the solar system. But the thing they discovered is not only that there's a super Earth, a dead planet, 4 times the size of Earth, out in the distance, out past the Kuiper Belt, or in the Kuiper Belt. I'm not exactly sure. I don't remember where exactly, but pretty far out there. But also, there is a dead sun. There is a dead sun that is on a 2,600 year, or is it 2,600, 1,300 is half. Yeah, 2,600 year cycle of orbit. It orbits, so it comes close to our solar system every 26,000 years. Every 13,000 years is the furthest and closest that it is to us, and that's why every 13,000 years there is massive disasters. So they discovered that, and this thing is so big, the gravity is so powerful, it affects all planets evenly. It affected both Voyager spacecraft on opposite sides of the solar system evenly. That's how they know it's a big motherfucker. So they discovered that. They covered that shit up real quick. So they do things. They actually do things. Sometimes the answers aren't something they want to hear. One of the 13 families that rule us are Chinese. True. But are they Chinese or are they Mongolian? Because the Mongolians were the root race. They got our mankind pretty good. I'm asking for, see, I think you're not reading into what I'm saying, and you're feeding into the beliefs, but I'm saying there are some very logical holes here in both sides, and I'm not convinced that it was entirely put on. I'm not convinced that it was all a show, it was all an act. Because there are too many things that fall through the cracks if that's the case. They duped us all at the time. Always censored, right? Even then. Doesn't matter if you believe it or not. The main point is we are still being lied to. True. Transparent aluminum. Show me. So they left. Left no blast disturbance. Went back and got camera and then left again. Where was the fuel they would have needed to get home? Show me. So they left no blast disturbance, went back and got the camera and then left again. Well, if the camera was transmitting, they didn't necessarily need to grab it, but they filmed themselves riding around on the moon and doing shit. So I'm pretty sure they would just pick it up, move it, film again, etc., and then toss it back in the thing and go. But yeah. Maybe Kai will get it this time. So they swept away their own footprints. So they left one of the astronauts behind when they left the moon. Who filmed the lunar taking off? I've never actually seen it taking off. I could see it being controlled, the camera, if they just, like I said, if they just left the camera behind. I could see that. They left everything else behind. Why the fuck not? Hey, couldn't Photoshop stuff back then? Laughs in Stanley Kubrick. They they could do photo edits. Like some of the historical photos that we see from back in the day, if you look close, you realize, hey, this is bullshit. This isn't real. What the fuck is this? They were doing photo edits back then, but they couldn't just Photoshop things willy-nilly. And doing that in video, way harder. Look at Star Wars. Look at what it took to make Star Wars in the 70s. How many hours, how much work, how much like clever bullshit they had to do to get that level of realism and that level of badass. And it still had issues. They can Photoshop now. Any old pic can be doctored and shown on the internet. Take old pic of footprints, airbrush them out, and stick on the internet saying no one was there before. Excuse me. Laszlo Panaflex. Hey, Kai in chat, late to the show, just woke up. Welcome to the show, man. Good morning. Am I the only one who thinks that glass table looks like I'd hurt myself in a corner every day? Yeah, that table looks like a freaking hazard. You can see the support wires attached to the astronauts while they dance happily on the moon. Sun is dead because they gave it to the sleever jab. They gave it the sleever jab. That's fucking funny. Kai, how do you know this stuff? Because they told you, because you saw a video? Not because they told. What do you mean because they told me? Like there's like I said about the telescope. Like I don't have a telescope, but people who have telescopes are like, you can look at it. I can see it on my telescope. Like I can look for myself and see the things up there. Okay, that is a 1 point Gryffindor. 1 point to it actually happened. Okay, what about the logical, the whole, why would they have to cover up stuff that's in the fake video that they made for the people to convince them of what they want them to believe? Why would you include things you don't want the people to believe in a video, in a propaganda piece about what you want people to believe? 2 points to Gryffindor. Like you're going to have to knock these down or find a middle ground that accommodates both realities for me to entertain what you're saying. Because I'm not saying that we didn't fake any part of it. We could have pre-filmed the whole thing just in case. And then we send them up there, and as we're doing things, they're like, oh, no, play the pre-film, play this clip. Okay, go. And then we flip, and then the next shot is a pre-filmed thing, and then we can flip it back to what's actually happening in space. That's possible. But to say that we absolutely, for a fact, did not go to the moon and the whole thing was staged, you need to back that up a little more than well, they lie. Like, yeah, I know they lie. What do they lie about, though? Where are the lies? Just knowing someone lies isn't enough. You gotta know how they lie. What do they lie about? Pay attention to the details. Not just like, well, blanket statement that I know is true, hence I'm just gonna lean into it like a snowball. No, that's not how you distinguish, information for yourself. So like I said, when I've entertained this concept, I go, okay, well, there are some very huge logical holes in this one. So there could, like I said, I just proposed a reality where both things are true. I watched the landings in black and white on TV. Not many special effects back then. Yeah, there were not very many special effects back then. Chris Longfellow, exactly. I'm allergic to glass. Solar weather, not climate change. Solar weather, yeah, solar weather, true. Our sun has its periods of doing things. I picture them having a baby in that glass table covered in pool noodles for cushions. They would get rid of that table if they have kids. Plus, the camera pans upward as the lunar rises to leave. Well, I could. Oh well. There's a few different ways to do that, achieve that technically, but I mean, That is a good question though. You know, if you're just going, hey, like simple shit that just doesn't work. There's one. Yeah, that's true. But like I said, there's too many other things that conflict with it. Like I need that one, honestly, could have been one of those pre-filmed moments. What if they're like, hey, there's no way we can actually film this? Like, what can we do? And then they go from there. But like I said, just saying that there's a problem isn't enough. You got to go, okay, well, if that's a problem, what do you think? Then so if this is a problem, but also these other things are kind of in the way of what you're proposing being true, then how can what you're saying, which is true, and this also be true? You need a third option here. You need something that brings it all together. First picks came back via Australian Dish. That means Aussies had to be in on it too. It would have leaked over beer. Never heard about it leaking. Yo, I am sleepy. It's 5 a.m. going to bed. All right, Arlene, you have a great night. I'll see you Friday. Yeah, it's almost time to it's time to wrap up. Actually, we're at 3 hours now. Conspiracy theories invented by clowns. Trust nothing. Kai, look up all the points brought up here tonight. You will come to a logical conclusion. Along the same lines as saying Building 7 has fallen, while it's on screen still standing, the size of their lies and being full of themselves, they overcompensate and screw up. That is true. That is true. Yeah, they go over, they jump the shark when they're coming up with explanations for why things are. You go, hey, wait a second, what the fuck is that? Oh, that's the thing. People do that. Nobody does that. Some guy was just sort of aimlessly browsing around the Google Maps and saw this thing and was like, huh, that looks like it might have been man-made. And then he and his buddy dove down and figured out it's an undiscovered settlement from 4500 BC. Well, there you go. There's a lot of undiscovered shit. A lot of man-made stuff that people go, oh, that's a lake. That's a lake with straight lines. Fuck you. You know what? There's a discovery with your name on it waiting to happen. Oh my god, do I want to read this? Is long. When I label people, I no longer have to deal with them thoughtfully. I no longer have to feel, I no longer have to feel overwhelmed by their complexity. The lives they live, the dreams they have, I know exactly where they are inside or forever outside my field of care because they've been taken care of. The mystery of their existence has been solved and filed away before I've had a chance to be moved by them or even begun to catch a glimpse of who they might be. They've been neutralized. There's hardly any action quite so undemanding, so utterly unimaginative as the affixing of a label. It's the costliest of mental shortcuts. I like that one. It should have been bigger because it was good to read. Check this shit out.
So it goes on any two-post mounting system. It's got a magnetic door, so it's hidden.
This shit is a headrest
in plain sight. It's got a biometric lock. It opens. And you've got about 8 to 10 inches of useful space inside the safe.
Good night, Eve. Sleep tight. I'll see you next time. Where did they get the fuel to get home? It's called round trip. You pack for a round trip. You don't just pack to go halfway when there's no gas stations.
You can open it with the keypad, fingerprint reader, or there's a manual key if you lose those. Basically, you're hiding your valuables in plain sight.
This shit is $500 with a key. It's a safe. It's a little headrest safe for your car. You can put drugs, money, whatever. A puppy fits in there. I'd be cramped, but like you could fit that thing that thing is badass.
If you could be a girl for a day, what's the first thing that you're doing?
Okay, let's see what this guy says.
Sucking dick.
Oh, nah, see? Bro, that came out real quick. Fuck. We can toss the kid. I tossed my keys in a dumpster one time because it was on the same hand and it's like it was hooked around my finger and it just shit. Thankfully, it was not like a mess. It was easy to retrieve. I love this. Life experiences the water here. Arrogance and humility. Humility is a sponge and arrogance is a brick. You don't get anything out of your life experiences if you're a fucking brick. Look at this shit.
Dude, what? How? How? Are there this many of you right now? You guys are unreal.
And they're all just chilling looking at him. Look at them just, hey.
Dude, what?
What's up, dude? What, you want
How?
something?
How? Are there this many of you right now?
It's probably cold. I wonder if it's
You guys
cold.
are unreal.
That's why they're like bundled up. Poor raccoons. Raccoons are cool.
So I know most
Raccoons are the coolest rodent in the world. I'm just gonna put that out
of
there.
y'all aren't on Twitter, which is great. I'm proud of you, but it's going amazing over there. Like, here's the verified Eli Lilly account saying, wait a second, is profit-motivated medicine bad? And here's a verified account for Chiquita saying, we've just overthrown the government of Brazil. But don't worry, then later a verified account from Chiquita said, we apologize to those who've been served a misleading message from a fake Chiquita account. We have not overthrown a government since 1954. What else? Here's a verified Roblox account saying we're adding sex to Roblox with adding misspelled. And of course, here's a verified Nestle account saying we steal your water and sell it back to you. Lol. It's going great. And now they've canceled Twitter Blue because Twitter is beholden to advertisers who are being publicly shamed. And when journalists reached out for comment, they learned that Twitter no longer has a communications department. Don't join Twitter to enjoy this dumpster fire. I will keep you updated.
That shit is funny. That shit is hilarious. This is just fucking cool. I'm gonna turn off the music though. What is this? Yeah, look at this shit. Dude, this is the dopest Christmas cake I've ever seen. Then again, I haven't really seen that many, so. That's nuts, dude. People do crazy shit with cake. Post no signs. No. I used ice cream to persuade my kids to take their medicine. I'll try that. How is that ice cream, Toby? It was poisoned. You'll be gone soon. Okay, look. Here's the antidote to save you from a long and painful death.
I hear you, girl.
His wife was so drunk he took her to the car in a wheelbarrow. This is what I want in a relationship. Great discussion. Hugs, Son Brat. Have a great night. Astronaut ice cream gives you wicked farts, more than enough methane fuel to get you back home. Didn't we cover this earlier, actually? Didn't we cover this earlier? About the...
Hey man, we need gas. We're on empty. Already on it. What? What are you doing? I'm pissing in the gas tank. What the fuck?
This is how the astronauts get home.
Cars can run on piss. No way. Yes way. Well, you're gonna get your ding ding stuck in the gas hole. No, I won't. A man's ding dong is ergonomically designed to fit inside a gas hole. It's perfect. What? What does a nozzle at a gas pump look like to you? A man's wang? A man's flaccid wang. We were designed that way by God. What? A woman's body is designed to nourish life. A man's body is designed to fill the gas tank with hot piss so we can drive forever. What the fuck are you talking about? Come on, flip this bitch on.
There you go. Ha.
Oh my god, it worked. Of course
Fake
it worked.
trip to the moon debunked.
The tank is filled to the brim. Of course it is, man. I'm full of piss. What if you run out? I'll never run out, man. You know how much Gatorade I drink? More than anyone I know. We're driving, baby. Exactly, man. This thing is running a high-octane premium Gatorade piss. Why don't people know about this? It's big gas, man. Fuck big gas, man. I'm all about this piss. They don't want us to drive this far. I'm going 100 miles an hour on straight piss. Full throttle on the piss, baby. Drive to Hawaii. Hell yeah, man. Let's take it over. Vamos a Hawaii. What's that mean? It means we're gonna go to Hawaii in Spanish. Fuck yeah, man. I'm gonna take us there with my own piss. Yes, you are, piss.
So yeah, that's how we got back from the moon. There you go. Let me see. It's downhill from the moon. Night, beloved chat. Thanks, Sky. God bless. God bless, Sunbright. Sleep tight. You get what's on the other side of the windows if you have a brick. Let me see. Night AC. Now we're craving for cake now. I'm sorry, always censored. Speaking of which, man got denied a plate and walked off. Hungry photographer deletes all photos and leaves after being denied food at wedding. That is harsh. But also, what kind of a cold-hearted piece of shit goes, no, you can't have any fucking food. Take pictures, clown. Dance, clown. Oh, you know what that reminds me of? Hold on, it's right here. It's here somewhere.
The boost around the area because a full weekend, then a day, and then the 4th of July. Here's an actual customer out here. What's the best kind of fireworks to buy? Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
I thought I was the only one that called it ding dong. Oh no, ding dong's pretty common. Okay. This is gonna be one of the last ones. I just thought this was hilarious. Influencer Ollie London, 32, reveals he is transitioning back from a Korean woman to a British man. This this motherfucker did not stop with the gender, with the sex. He said, nah, oi, mate, I'm tired of being British. I'm sick of it. I don't want to be British no more. Nah, I'm gonna be Korean. I'm gonna have the eyes. I'm gonna dance. I'm gonna make music videos. I'm gonna be a next big pop star in Korea. Fuck. You know you're gonna have to change your accent. Ah, that's fine. I can do a Korean accent. Watch. Oi, I'm Korean. Oi. Oh my god. Islam schools for normalizing changing of genders and teaching kids to idolize weak men like Harry Styles. And then he throws Harry Styles under the bus. He's like, oh yeah, and Harry Styles, yo, I went from a British man to a Korean woman, but Harry Styles is a bitch. What? Oh my god, that's hilarious. I think that shit is too funny. He ends it with like, yeah, and we can like Harry Styles, like hey, Harry Styles, man. But I love that went above and beyond. Is like, no. I'm not just gonna stop being a man. I'm gonna stop being British. This one was simple and good. This, you see, I don't know if you can see this. Yeah, you can probably, I think you can make out the shadow here. You see this shadow on the other side of her curtain. Hello? And when she looks, there's just a little pamphlet for home security. There's home security systems, 30% off.
He was looking outside the window of his house when he saw his mom and dad walking in, and his dad was making a pathway for his mom to walk because she was wearing heels. A true husband of the year, going out of his way to make anything easier for his wife. He was looking out.
Why was she in heels in the snow? I mean, like, mad applause to him. Way to set an example. A lot of people talk shit, but don't set an example for how to behave and how to act. Come correct, you know, but he's sitting here going, no, I'm forging a path for my lady. But for real though, why was she wearing heels? Oh, is that it? That's the last one. Oh, son of a bitch, that's the last one. Ha. Good, good. Oh, what is this? Would you send me, baby? Ooh, pretty. What? It's like a little, what's it called? The little trees. Bonsai. It's like a little bonsai weed plant. I don't know if I can show it, but I'm going to do it anyway. Look at this shit. Little bonsai weed plant. Look at this. What? That's glorious. I love it. Look at how crystally it looks. That's dope. It's weird. Shit's being weird on me. But yeah, that's I think it's a good time to call it a night. Oh wait, Elroy sent me something too. What is this one? Oh, no. Sorry. Elroy, thanks for sending that, but no, nah, dude. WWE copyright strikes anything. You show a half a second of something from the WWE and they're gonna strike you. You could have the sound off, they're gonna strike. They don't give a shit. They're not strike, claim. They're gonna claim your shit every time. Oh, that's hey, you're not allowed to play it. Like, no. I don't even fuck with that with the WWE. Harry Styles is a dingbat. Hey, he is a bitch though. Heels are not climate change friendly. Yeah, they are not. Hey, Angelus Draven, just in time to watch the world burn. So I'm getting ready to wrap it up. But you know what? I haven't played the whole time. You know what? You're actually in time for.
What the fuck? Are you fucking serious?
What?
You fucking cockfucker! What the fuck you think you're doing?
Sneezing.
Fucking filthy, dirty, fucking cockfucker!
They will claim you super quick. AEW does the same thing. Yeah, dude, it's so weird. Like, come on, bro. Like, don't you want people to get into it more? Like, you're trying to grow your audience. Let people share your stuff a little bit. I have a wrestling clip. Fucking funny. But I can't share it. I don't know where it came from. It looks high enough production value that it could be AEW. Angelus, while you're here, maybe you can tell me where it's from. Homeboy is fighting with another guy and he's losing, and then the guy gets him in a headlock. He got him in a headlock, and the guy's all, I can't. And so he reaches down and pulls a Mr. Socko, and he puts a big old snake, like a sock with a snake print, on his hand. And then the snake, like, turns around and looks at the guy with the headlock, and he's all, oh. And the snake fucking, it jabs at the guy like this. And the guy dodges the snake hand. And the guy manages to wiggle free thanks to his snake hand. And then they get into a fight. And like they take some swings and whatever. And the guy takes a big swing. And the dude with the snake hand ducks under it. And when the guy turns around, he goes, "Wah!" And just like gets him right here. And the guy, oh. He falls over like he just got bit by the most poisonous snake in the world. And the caption says, "If wrestling is fake, then explain this." It was so stupid. Oh, but funny. So funny. I want to share it. AEW is more claiming on the actual matches rather than their promotional stuff. Never give up, never surrender. Good night, everybody. Good night, Always Censored. And I'm going to echo your sentiment with exactly the same sentiment.
Never give up, never surrender.
Because that's what echoes do. Oh, I seen that. That's indies. You should be good. Oh, nice. Oh, sweet. I want to play it then next time, not tonight. It's time to wrap up tonight. Later, Kyle. Check out the re-upload of tonight's show. Looks like I missed out on some good stuff. Oh, I don't re-upload. I just leave it. I just leave it up. So sometimes it takes a little while for YouTube to process everything. And so that's why sometimes you can't rewind or the chat isn't available right away. But within like 6 hours, it's usually actually pretty quick because I'm a late night show. I don't think there's a lot of other lives that are really going on right now. So at least not in this part of the world. So yeah, within a few hours it'll all be good to go. But yeah, man, I appreciate that. You have fun. You had it in your story right on IG. Yeah, that one. Yeah, so you seen it. I was like, so if you follow me on Instagram, you might see the stuff I share on here with you guys before I share it here with you guys. And I also share shit that I don't share on here. So if you want to follow me on Instagram and watch my stories, then have fun with that. All right, y'all. It's time to wrap it up. Say buenos nachos. Send y'all some hugs and kisses. And what else can I send you guys away with? Maybe a little something. What do I got? Who's that Pokemon? Cookies. How about a little?
Where is that pussy cancer anyway? Well, we couldn't find cancer, but we found a man with cancer. Take that, cancer! And that...
Take care, bro. Talk wrestling and my vampires and Stingle. All right, y'all. Before I go, I'm going to play. No, I didn't get no cookies tonight, but I love this clip, and I don't get to play it that often. So I'm just going to play it. Fuck it. This one's for freebies because fuck it. I love this clip. So here you
who
go.
has Down syndrome has wanted to be a cop since he was a kid.
You know why I pulled you over?
Because I was speeding?
No, because you're black.
A few minutes later.
This nigga just did a fucking cartwheel.
That's all, folks.
Second star to the right.
Good night, everybody.
Second star to the right. And straight on till morning.
Set a course. For home.
I'm reading an ion storm on that trajectory, sir. Should I go around it?
We can't be afraid of the wind, Ensign. Take us to Warp 4.
It is the unknown that defines our existence. We are constantly searching, not just for answers to our questions, but for new questions. We are explorers. We explore our lives, day by day. And we explore the galaxy, trying to expand the boundaries of our knowledge. And that is why I am here. Not to conquer you with weapons or with ideas, but to coexist and learn.
Let's see what's out there. Engage.